Hey guys, it's me, Crazy Cassie. We've got another week of Mod Talk with you guys of what can we learn from each other, where we've started, where we've got to, and where we're going. Today on our Mod Talk, we're going to have a lovely friend of mine, Tiki Gone Wild, joining us. One of the best voiceovers as well, God, king of those. Got to get him to say a few good words for you guys today, coming in to join us and chit chat about his journey. He is also a music streamer, but he did start his streaming with gaming. And so we're going to be able to get to a little bit of dive into both worlds, maybe some differences, what he's seen on the gamer side versus the music side, as well as why choosing this platform and where he sees it going. So we're going to bring him in without any further ado. And let's get him on up here. Hey Tiki, how
Hello,
you doing,
hello.
sweetheart?
How's it going?
Doing pretty good, pretty good. Just hanging out, you know. Thank you for joining us on the today. And
Of course.
crazy enough, I reached affiliate, so you get to be the
Congratulations.
first guest on my affiliate stream.
Ooh.
Real quick, let's give a shout out to DJ Shotgun Wound. He's a fabulous, fabulous music streamer. If you haven't already given him a follow, please, please, please send some of that crazy love on over there. Love you guys. And Tiki, can you please give yourself a nice little introduction to our fam?
Uh, I am Tiki Gone Wild. That's about it. No, I've been streaming for about a year and a half now. Started off, like she said, with gaming. And, it's been branching out into a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Got my DJ stuff going on now and some side work doing voiceovers. So if you ever hear me, you might hear me over on DJ Booter's channel or I Am Vinyl's channel. But yeah, so been a wild ride so far.
Right? And you did start right with gaming first on Twitch, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A little game called Brawlhalla.
Brawlhalla. I don't think
Mhm.
I've played that one. What's that one?
It's basically Super Smash Brothers, but not.
But not?
Yeah.
What makes it the not?
It's not Super Smash Brothers. It's not licensed to them or anything like that. They've got their own character sets and everything. It's just the gameplay is very similar to that. Just different kind of weapons, combos, the whole thing. If you've played it, you've played it. It's kind of one of those things.
I completely understand. Real quick, we got some people coming in that I know you know a few of these guys too. First, oh my goodness, my best friend's little sister here, Kimu1122. If you guys don't have a follow on her, please do. She is my in real life little sister.
Aw.
Please, please, please. She's a gamer and she's gonna start doing her singing and guitar soon. She has a beautiful voice, guys. Amazing, amazing girl. Grew up right across the street from her. And Golden Artist, if you haven't given them a follow, please, please, please. And Big Hef, oh, thank you very much for the subscription, sweetheart. Amazing. I got to give you one of my first ones of these, sweetheart. 1 second. Ooh. Ayo, crazy. I had fun making that actually. That's my face in the center. Oh my goodness. Snap camera should never have been given to me. At all whatsoever, Tiki. So what has real quick, oh Kimu, you as well, love you. Oh, thanks for subscribing, love. You're the best. I love it. I love it. I love you. Hi, Sadavision. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So what was one of the first things that you learned when you were a streamer, Tiki, that really, really helped you maybe click? Like this is what you need to do to improve to get to where you want to be.
Always keep talking. Always. Don't ever sit there and just get absorbed into the game. Especially when you're a smaller streamer, you have to learn to basically talk your way through everything that you're doing because people want to see your personality when they click that button. Because if they just sat there through a 30-second ad and found your channel, right, and then you're on there and you're just deadpanning, they'll click away and they're gone forever potentially. So yeah, that's one of the biggest things is always talk, always, and then other than that, just don't give up. Don't focus on like the numbers. I know it's hard not to. I've been there myself, but like don't focus on just how many people are watching you.
Hmm. Yeah, I'd say that I've heard that from a few different streamers that like looking at that number sometimes discourages you.
Mhm.
Um, and it can be a hard thing as your numbers start, especially in the beginning, to play to the number 2 or 3 or 5, but you got to play like you're playing with 30, 50,
Mhm.
right? Even when like starting a stream with a game, you've got to start like there's people there already, right?
Right. Right.
Do you
Absolutely.
do you find any difference? Because I know you've had a couple of your music streams now. Do you find it different with how you approach it with your music versus the game streams?
I'm a little different than a lot of the other DJs. They like to they can just go live and just pull tracks here and there. I mean, I actually take time to like kind of curate my own set before I go live with it, just because
Hmm.
I know that with my style of music play, I like to make sure that I'm telling a story with the tracks, and that is going to be ultimately what you come into. So it's like it's always hype. I'm always like going, and I really try to like. So if you come into a set of mine, like you're going to get those hype tracks, those big room stuff, and it's just I see a lot of DJs kind of fall off. Not fall off. That's the wrong word. People will come in during a hype track, right? And then suddenly the DJ plays something that's super off base, or they go a different direction, and that's not what the people came there for, so they leave. So I've seen a lot of the success of the larger DJs in like especially the German DJs doing like hard style or any of that. I mean, though they always stick in their wheelhouse, and so their audience always gets what they came for.
Hmm.
So I think that's one of those things that that's one of those things that kind of is unfortunate is that if you're playing house music 1 second and switch it up to trance, and then people who hate trance leave, or whatever.
Hmm. Yeah, I get that one. Because it is hard. It's just like when you're raiding and trying to raid from that game world to music world and music world to game world, or from different genre to genre, right?
Hmm.
So you on the other side of raid trains, when you get to join them, because I do know that you take your gamers and join into I Am Vinyl or Booters, and you'll raid them because you guys have built a nice community. How did you stumble upon that community, and how well you guys work together, and that bot that Vinyl uses for each of you, and all of that?
Vinyl bot.
That
I
joke.
actually don't remember uh, really how I came across vinyl. I think I had the idea of doing DJ streams, right? When we started doing like COVID basically happened, and like then everybody had to do stuff behind the camera now. And I think I was just on browse one day, and I was like, oh, this guy has a really sick setup. Like I'm a stickler. I love that. I love when people have like all this time and energy and effort put into whatever's going on behind them and around them, like really bringing some production value into their stream. Like that'll get me to stick around forever. And
Mhm.
I think I clicked on vinyl because I saw like lights going off, and I was like, what's going on here? And then like, oh man, I mean, you've seen it. You've
I
seen it. Like
know,
you go
right?
into vinyls, it's like, what? Whose men's is this? This entire basement is going? Okay, I'm in. I like this party.
Right? He does have a great vibe. The first time I met him, like totally just blew my mind. And like how much he incorporates it into like user enact. It's not just him doing it, you know? Because
Mhm,
a lot of
mhm,
streamers that you see, they make things change, but they control it, right? Or just their mods control it. They don't allow the people, right? But in
mhm,
his, it's just free range. Like, what do you want to do with him today? Are you throwing a pizza? Oh, and then he made it so user friendly with you guys being able to like request the songs when you're listening to his stream and whatnot,
mhm.
which was a very nice. How well has that worked for you on that back and forth? Because I know a lot of people are curious about that correlation of music and gamers working together to help promote the future.
Well, the big problem I think that we see right now, especially with music and requests, is if you're not paying to be part of one of the DJ pools, so you have a license to do it live, It's been with the DMCA thing. Like I understand it. I get why, but it kind of sucks because it's one of these things where it's like, well, we don't want to rip anybody's music off for free, and like we're not trying to profit from somebody else's craft.
Right.
But it that back and forth when I first started was a big reason why people were watching. I feel like the stream because there was more interaction because they're able to request songs and change the light colors, and it's interactive. It's not just sitting there and watching, and that can actually carry you. And so with the way things have gone, with music, like I still don't do like requests, like I said, with my DJ sets, but
Mhm.
on Fridays, FPS Friday on my channel, I'll leave the song requests up, and then I just have to delete that VOD. Like it just is what it is. And like at
Yeah.
some point, I know that they're gonna be able to do that thing where it searches as you're live if you're playing copyrighted music, and that it sucks because like if they had a system by which we could just pay a fee or whatever and have like a universal license to Twitch or Amazon
Right.
or whatever, we would do that. But fortunately, that's not where we're at yet. So
Yeah. That's something that I won. Actually, I can totally party cat live. It is my affiliate celebration. I know it's 10 a.m. for me, but I worked all night. So yes, I think I can actually have a shot with you. I think
I'm
not
drinking
my-
right now. I know it's 10 o'clock in the morning here in California, but
It's a
I'm
Sunday.
100. I'm gonna pretend it's a mimosa, but it's just vodka.
I've got screwball.
Nice.
All right, guys. Whoever wants to do a shot with me, oh, thank you very much, you guys, for the level 2 hype train. You guys are fabulous. I love you, love you, love you guys. Thank you so much. And I know I missed a few while we were going through, so I'll give you a couple extras. Woo! And just for shits and giggles, you guys, how about this one? Oh, yeah? I want to see Tiki's reaction.
Oh. No. At first I was like, please, that can't be what I think it is. And then it's not. It's not. Thank God. I was like, Cassie, what have you talked me into?
No, the reason why they don't give girls dangly things right there, just
Immediately concerned.
Oh yes. I mean, I could turn the filter on, but I don't think anybody needs to see that right now.
God.
Oh, they call me Snow. Also a member of FPS Friday and lovely, if I can type right.
Yes.
Please, please, please. She whoops everybody's ass in Call of Duty and wipes us to the floor. FPS, that link tree that I've put in there is one that I've created for a Friday get together. During COVID, I was able to join them. Now I try and sneak in before work, at least a couple rounds. But Tiki and On the Island put together an amazing community event where everybody gets together and just games and does a couple rounds of Call of Duty multiplayer. You can hear us shoot the shit, talk about random stuff, and bring communities together. And get super drunk.
Not against Toss drunk. Just maybe a little less.
And yes, Robbie, I am crazy. I promise you. Oh, but yes, please give They Call Me Snow a follow as well, including also don't forget Tiki here that we have with us. If you can send him a follow. I'm so happy that he's able to join us today. His links in chat also here on screen, Tiki Gone Wild. And he does the FPS Fridays on the island at that link tree I dropped. So, what do you enjoy the most of which ones of your games that you play online do you think is the most enjoyment that you can get when you're in stream? Even if it's not maybe your necessarily off stream favorite game, but let us know what that one is too. And I'm going to take a drink.
On stream would have to be Jackbox games because you really get to know your community a lot better, and especially when you start playing games like Quiplash or anything that you have to manually put in an answer. There's been so many times where it's just like you can tell everybody has gotten to know each other and is real comfortable because the answers start becoming like the same answer with different words. and like you're just vibing on that wave, and that's a lot of fun. Off stream, I
Mhm.
pretty much I almost don't play any games on anymore off stream unless I'm playing with Snow, and mostly time we're playing Call of Duty or Destiny too, and that's just the way we kind of unwind and hang out together, and that's just the thing. I think we're gonna start doing some Elder Scrolls Online once we can figure it out,
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
and go back to Tamriel.
Real quick, I did miss a couple people. I am so sorry. Please give a follow to our lovely Party Cat Live that's joined us, as well as Ahit Agni, amazing, amazing streamers, and amazing, amazing family as well. As Robbie Lightyear that came in. Um, I love you guys all, and thank you again for being here. Means a lot to me. Oh, Party Cat, we just had a hype train. You just missed it when you came in, and I love you so much for those biddies. I don't have a biddy ones yet. Maybe you guys can give me advice on what face I should do. But here's a tip one for you.
I can't not see that. That's gonna haunt my dreams.
Oh, you should ask the people I hang out with in Discord on the virtual audiences. They've seen that one on countless times. I'm really sad that my other twin filter stopped working because they really didn't like me with a mustache,
Oh God.
especially the time that I came in. I showed it last stream. So if yeah, you can go back and look at that one. Anybody in chat that wants to see my other twin, full guy hat and white t-shirt, beard of the twin, and apparently some people say I look like their friends. So, you know, when I was younger, actually in school, we had a gender switch day for
Mm-hmm.
Spirit Week, and I had stole a bunch of my brother's clothes to use. It was my older brother, so I grabbed his shoes and like rolled socks up in the toes so that I could wear his oversized shoes to work to school. And I grabbed his wife beater, a white tee, and then his polo tee to go over that. And then I had his boxers and then his basketball shorts and then his jeans, the way they did it
Mm-hmm.
in school.
Mm-hmm.
And then I grabbed a bandana and like put all my hair up and then a baseball cap over it. I walked into school and all
You're
them
just killing the game.
everybody thought that I was a new student. And when they finally figured it out by about fourth or fifth period and I had ran into everybody, they started calling me Eminem.
No.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes. So I did delight them in a song once. And yes, yes, there was no video. Thank God.
Oh man, I'm so happy that there's no like we came up in a time before Snapchat and video. So many cringy things happened. If you think about it, if you're an 80s like baby at all, man, things were sketchy back then. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Cringe city.
So many things that I'm so glad that they never took pictures of.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Can
sorry,
confirm.
sidetrack for a moment, you guys. I'm ADHD, so I'll go every which way but up. We'll go lefts and rights, and they'll eventually get there. So, what has been one of your favorite things they like? Because I know games over in the game world, you guys have a slower chat. So, with your mods, is it more for them to be there with you, interactive, like in game play, a support to make people, or how do you best feel like your mod supports you?
My mods usually have a pretty easy time. Usually the chat is pretty chill. We've had a couple of times where people come in, I get raided, and then somebody comes back or whatever, and then kids think everything's funny. The rules are pretty simple, man. Just don't harsh everybody's vibe. And so when the my mods are in there, Snow's one of the mods. If I've had mods come and go, people get busy. I think the hardest thing, honestly, speaking in terms of mods, is usually having those people consistently show up. And it's all right. Life happens. You can't always be there. But when you do have people who support you like that with your mods, is what I'm talking about. Having them there consistently is such a huge thing, because not only is that somebody committing to your stream, committing to watching and helping you build and grow your community, that's somebody you now trust, especially if you're giving them pribs to do like handle your nightbot or change code or actively do things in the background that could potentially tank your stream. but yeah, with the games, yeah, my mods have had a pretty chill time. Sometimes, the thing is, I always have to put a disclaimer out there when I go to my Monday night stream, which is the Jackbox Party Pack Games streams. I always have to put that disclaimer out there at first, like, hey guys, be chill or you're gonna get banned. It's that simple. Like, if you come on here like you hate me, that's fine. Click away. But to harsh the vibe for everybody is like a huge no-no. It's a huge, huge thing. Like, why would you do that? Like, sure, hate me, that's fine. Don't watch. But screwing it up for like some kid in the basement who's finally found somewhere that they belong. I mean, that's what we're all trying
Yep.
to do here, is create communities of people that feel like they belong somewhere. And to come on to the internet and just, I mean, it's all right. Some people, they're having a bad day or whatever makes them decide that that's what they're going to do. It's like, dude, come on, like, fall in.
Right. Jump in, get that around. Like earlier when I made the post for sending this out, I was like, what does streaming mean to me? Or what I asked the question, what does streaming mean to you? And for me, it's a place for us to build a community and express ourselves without the boundaries of a city. And we can reach a larger community and start uniting people through a lot more love and arts in many forms, whether it's gameplay, it's drawing physically like Katari and her emotes, or her gaming, or we've got the musicians, and we've got so many amazing people, the yoga that you get to see, and you can work with people and their instructions, and just many self-help seminars that happen on Twitch. Like, it's a community, and you get to really show yourself in a way that you may not be able to, right? And possibly get that moment to shine.
Oh yeah.
Almost.
Oh yeah. It's been crazy, especially watching people like Vinyl and Booters come up and just watching their communities like explode, which has been fantastic. And there was a time when I think I was talking to Booters, and he was telling me, he's like, man, I went out to the club to go back to, things were starting to open back up, and he's a professional DJ. He's out there, and he's like, dude, this kind of sucks compared to what I have going on back home, because like like the rules that we have to abide by now out there, like people have to stay a certain distance away, or like the maximum capacity is diminished. And he's like, dude, I'd rather be at home spinning for like all of the people that now hang out almost every time I go live. So
right, that community really gives a difference that a lot of people weren't expecting. They thought that it would just die off the moment that the world opened up. But as people see, yeah, there's a balance and a check system that's going to happen, because people have to figure out when they're free now, because they're not all the time here. But they're still going to fit us into that schedule, which is why having that schedule, like, you're very good. You do Jackbox this day every week. You do FPS Fridays every week. Like, I don't have your full schedule. I know your Jackbox. Those are the two that I really actually enjoy the most.
Like Monday and Friday, like that. I mean, that's a topic all in and of itself, is consistency. That's probably the second biggest thing outside of continually like showing your skills off, like talking, your personality, everything. The second biggest thing I got to tell people is, like, you have to be consistent. You have to have a schedule. It's a dream job to be able to do this and get any kind of anything out of it, but you have to treat it like a job. Like, you have to make sure you're there. If you say, guys, I'm going to go live at Monday at 6 p.m., you better be there. Especially if people are going to, if you make affiliate, and then now people are paying to not just support you, but they're writing your paycheck. Your bosses are in chat. They're waiting for you. So if you just don't show up, it sucks.
That's the first one. That's the first time I've heard it that way. Your bosses. Yeah, it really is. They are. They are paying your paycheck. They have subscribed to you, and they're $4 to $5 a month that goes into that subscription. Signs up.
Yeah, you're right.
Get that next cool item. Let me see.
Yeah, no, 100%. I was reading your chat too. Yeah, people, viewers outside the U.S., because things are not just Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And reliable schedules. We have probably every single person you guys will keep hearing. So when you hear me now in the future in your chat and I mod for you and you're like, yo, what can I do? And you are a pop up streamer, I'm going to keep telling you the same thing schedule. I know that some people's schedules don't allow it, but at least going, hey, ahead of the week, going, these are the days that I should be live this week, giving something. Like, if you're going to do that, you really need to be on your socials on a consistent basis, keeping these people entertained and looking at you and always liking your posts so that they can see your lives first, you know? If you're going to be doing that pop up, but schedules is going to be a consistent thing. And I'm sorry if we sound like broken records on my stream, because
But
every
it's
week
true.
we'll
It's true.
probably
I mean,
remind
that is
that.
100%,
Mhm.
what will make or break you if you're inconsistent. Because I mean, here's the thing: the saturation of new streamers to viewers is so skewed, right? I mean, I'm not even saying that it's not just Twitch. It's across every platform. So people
Mhm.
have so many options. Like, okay, let's say you just take a day off because you just don't feel like it. It's important. Self-care is
Mhm.
huge, but
Yeah.
let's just say you just disrupt your schedule that everybody's been used to, and everybody's like, oh, Monday sucked, but I'm going to get to go hang out on the island. And then I'm not there. And then, okay, that one day that I missed, you found somebody else and they're doing it better and cleaner and faster than I am. And you're enjoying their stuff more than mine, is what it is.
Yep. That
You even
right.
shared a
Sorry,
Google
real
Calendar.
quick.
Nice.
I know where you got that trick. So I actually do this. I, on my Google Calendar, created a separate Google Calendar within it that's just for Twitch streams. And then I created the shareable link. And there's actually, if you look at my About Me page, there's a countdown to each streamer every day, every time when it's going to happen. So you can find me
Really?
where I'm going to be. Yeah.
Okay.
And it literally integrates your calendar straight to your panel. And it shows up as a calendar. And at the bottom, it goes, hey, next stream is Ahi in 59 minutes and 63 seconds or whatever. And it'll do a countdown. So if you have a schedule, like out of my streamers that I moderate for, if they have a set schedule, I put it in there. Sometimes I'm missing some, but it will do the countdown and you'll be able to see where I am every single day of the week. And you can just use it with any basic Google Calendar. And so when you go in the back and try and encrypt the encryption code, you just copy and you pop it into the Google Calendar extension on your Twitch extension edits that you can
Right.
add.
That sounds
So
awesome.
yeah, that's how I did it, just to let people know, like when I was just a mod on my stream, and I wasn't streaming, where they could find me, because my recommended channels kind of got a little long. So that rotates through 6 people, of course, live at all times. And then they have the calendar itself so that I could always support all my streamers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, the follow list is so long at this point where I've had to cut some people who don't show up as much anymore, and like, because it's just trying to figure out like who, like, the networking in streaming is so difficult as it is, and just having people work, just your follow channel panel is just the biggest cluster ever, because you want to support everybody, right, who's come out and support you.
yep.
And you definitely get to a point where you're like, I don't have any more time. I literally don't, like, so I'm working, we're back at the office now. So I'm working, 6:30 in the morning till 3 or 4 o'clock. Then I come home, I have like an hour to chill. Then I'm firing up stream, and then after my stream, then I'm getting on and doing my networking for everybody else who's come out to, help me. So it's just like your whole day is just
Boom.
gone.
Trust me, I know. 24/7 on Twitch. I swear my computer's even Twitch modding for me when I'm asleep.
Really? Wow.
Actually, I think somebody added me the other day. Honestly, like the mod swords, like some of them are honorary, of course. We all get a couple of those from the community. But yeah, the people that I bounce around helping with the back end, I'm at 79. Yeah, 79. So I'm doing the best that I can to help everyone.
79.
Yep.
Oh,
And I actually
I feel
looked
honored that you keep
'cause
showing up for FPS Friday.
of course. I love you guys. And again, I'm going to continue to be there for everybody. And yeah, as I talked a few different times, kind of my streams, I am going to start like getting clients like that need me fully for like stream elements as their techie mod. As I've explained to people, but I'm never going to stop showing up to any of your guys' streams. I love you guys way too much. Especially, where I started, especially with that Open Decks crew and FPS Friday with the booters, Vinyl. Because Vinyl did
It's
teach
so
me a lot.
crazy, dude. Vinyl is right up there with me as far as you want to nerd out for and lose a whole Sunday trying to figure out how to make a light do a thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. These guys have heard me talk about him and I can't wait. He was gonna try and make it today, but that all depends on if he can get out from underneath his fixing his brake lines. So he
Yep.
might not. So he might join us at some point. I did
It's
tell him the
so
time frame that
hard
we
to
were
do
going.
anything else with life, man.
Right?
The stream really does kind of take over, and you have to remind yourself. Like I said, that you should have time down, but you just gotta. I'm getting an echo. That's just me.
Yep. Real quick, you guys, if you could give DJ Craig Donna a follow. I shouted him out earlier. He is an amazing, amazing, amazing artist, and very hidden behind the depths. So if you can give him a follow and go catch him out, don't just give that love, but check him out. And each person that we ask you to shout out today. Earlier, I did shout out my single mod that's learning how to mod. She is terribly live. She gave me my first wrench on YouTube. And I gave her her first sword on Twitch. So we're learning together. And she's also going to be my guinea pig to teach you guys every once in a while how to do things. So that being said, with Terry, I love you, Tara Lee. That's awesome.
I just read that.
Oh, Meagles, and there's Kimu's sister, my bestie. I'll get this one real quick. Oh, please, if you guys could, amazing game streamer, isn't seen enough. My best friend for literally my entire life since I was 5. So if you stick around, you might learn a couple dirty secrets about Cassie when I pop in. We laugh, we giggle, we have fun, and sometimes you can get her into a sugar giggle fit. It's fun. Only secret, I promise. But yes, please give my bestie a follow. If anybody that I will push you to, it is her too, because I love her to death. Her giggle fits. But Kimu, I was just as bad because we did down bottles of sugar together. And I mean straight bottles of sugar.
Bottles of like what?
So when me and her and a couple of her friends were younger, we would take soda bottles, we'd drink the soda, clean them out, dry them out, and then fill them with pure sugar and walk around just eating sugar. Like
You're
no
kidding.
water. No, I'm not kidding.
You're telling me you guys literally ran around with a soda. I'm just thinking about that. I'm just looking at this objectively as somebody who wasn't there. All right. What you're telling me is you guys literally took cane sugar,
Yes.
poured it into a bottle, and then y'all just ran around your neighborhood with a bottle of a white powdery substance, and y'all were just going at it.
Yep, just mouthfuls at a time. That's all. I don't know how we survived that and how we don't have diabetes.
Oh my God. My dad would see me doing that. Oh, dude. Game over. Game over.
Maybe we got the sweetness from the sugar. Mm-hmm.
Mom goes to make Kool-Aid. There's nothing in the house. There's no sugar left in the house. Oh.
Yeah, that was us. Dude, we were also those kids that would go up and like steal the sugar from the coffee stand so none of the adults had sugar for their coffee because we ate it all. You know?
How? See, I'm not even a sweets person. Like, I'm I'm like 90 times, 9 times out of 10, I don't want anything sweet. So the idea of doing what you just told me blew my mind.
We're dorks. Yes, that's yeah, that might be a reason why I'm obsessed with rock stars and all that stuff too, you guys. And maybe why I have sleeping issues as an adult. Just a tiny. Maybe.
We're talking
So,
like straight up bleached granulated sugar, right? We're like
straight white sugar.
we're
Just
talking the same language here.
just pure white sugar. Just not didn't need nothing
Wow.
else. Just pour it in. Sometimes we'd mix it with brown sugar and like we'd mix the two up. Like and like
Well,
for
I mean, at least you
Christmas
weren't
we
racist about
decorate
it.
the bottles to each other and give them to each other for white elephant gifts. And it was
Mhm.
just like we'd paint them with nail polish and stuff and design them, and that was our gifts to each other.
How many cavities did that cause?
I had no cavities actually,
What?
ever. And
The
I
chat
was
seems to think
not
it's
good at
totally
brushing my
normal.
teeth.
Am I the one? Am I the asshole? Am I the only one that thinks this is super off base? Okay. It's just me. I understand. No, it's fine. Totally cool. Y'all are just out here like, I love sugar. This is a this is a $1 million idea. I'm gonna go do it right now. You guys sit down. Don't do that.
Oh, yeah, no, we were sweet tooths. Kenda says they're with you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
by the
you.
way, you guys, give Kenda a follow, please. Brand new music streamer, amazing person, and supporter of many, 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 many in the community.
Kenda's my new best friend.
If right,
She's
say hey,
always-
you need a new follow. Oh yes, Ahi. Yeah. Dirty little secrets.
I see you now, like just loading up Cartoon Network, getting on Adult Swim, bottle full of sugar. You're ready to have a great night. Only on Toonami. Just ready.
Nah, we would eat sugar though, and occasionally grab the yellow book and call random people to ask them if their refrigerator was running.
I thought that was like a joke meta.
No, that should actually happen.
Now I feel like I need to interview you. I think, Cassie, why don't you just sit down, have a seat over here? I need to Chris Hansen you for a second. Why was this okay? Where was your supervision?
We were at a slumber party and there was sugar and popcorn and we were hyper children, man. We were very hyper children.
Nah, dude. That never in your life. My friends come over to a sleepover in my parents' house. They'd be like, we're gonna do what? No, dude. We're gonna watch like 2 rented videos, eat some popcorn, and then we're going the fuck to sleep.
Yeah, Migos, there was no supervision. I remember. Okay, I'll give you one last story of Cassie. I talk in my sleep, okay?
You talk in your sleep?
I talk in my
I know
sleep,
somebody else that
apparently.
does
I'll
that.
answer
They're in your chat right
questions,
now.
or I should be more specific. I answer questions in my sleep. If
Wait,
it's a yes
what?
or a no, I'll answer you.
Wait,
There was
being
one
totally asleep.
I'm passed out. I'm out. There is no Cassie recollection. Eyes are in back of my head. I will apparently answer you. So there was one time we were having a sleepover, right? And I wasn't a big scary movie person as a kid, which is surprising because I love them now. But when I was younger, they freaked me out until about age 23 is when I started being able to watch scary movies, and then I freaking dove into them and loved them.
Mhm.
But when I was younger, I'd have to watch them or listen. I couldn't do both. So 9 out of 10, I would close my eyes and just listen to the movie. So we were having a slumber party. Yes, this story. Don't worry, not that one. So
Oh no! Now we wouldn't. Now we have to hear that one.
no. So we were at a slumber party at one of our friends' house, and I had fallen asleep during the movie Signs. And they were eating a bunch of of chocolate. I think it was a Snickers bar.
No, you guys were having sugar. Get out of here.
Yeah, right. And so they had apparently, like, because I had fallen asleep because my eyes were closed and I was listening to the movie because I couldn't watch it. I had picked to listen and I fell asleep. They didn't realize I fell asleep. So they asked me, Cassie, do you want a piece of chocolate? And apparently I said yes, right? And they
Like you
didn't
do.
put it in my hand. Okay. So there was no Cassie grabbing this from them. They put it on my chest. They put it right here on me. Okay.
Go on.
I apparently, they forgot about the chocolate. They didn't notice that I didn't eat it. And I had rolled over onto the chocolate. I woke up going, what the fuck's going on here? Because I have this like brown smear and nuts all across my chest and her mother's throw pillow and everything. And I'm like, did you guys shit on me? Like, what is going on here? What is this? And they're all like, what? And they're slowly waking up. They're like, oh shit, the chocolate. And I'm like, what chocolate? They're like, but you asked. And I'm like, no. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, no, we got in trouble with the mom.
Yeah, all over the throw pillows. Now I want to hear the other story. What's the other story?
No.
What's the other story?
Maybe one day you guys will learn a little bit more. Stick around Meagles and me enough, and we tend to blabber about some stories, but we keep the other ones good.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Now my brain has been activated, and it's going to run off in a tangent-like fashion with everything that could have conceivably possibly happened.
I love you, Meagles. Yes, the other story is more adult.
More adult. Okay, now I really want to know. Y'all just upselling me. Was this a subscription based? I already subscribed. There's no more subscription. There's no more. I can't go any further. He's already pulled over. Like, I'm ready. I'm here for the story now.
How about this? You catch Meagles next stream and she can say the story. I'll give Meagles that one to her. Meagles, you get the next story. If he shows up, he gets the story.
Like, dude, Big Hef pop popcorn for this.
I love you guys. Oh man, don't even try
that. He is like a dear diary. Oh my god.
Me and her have had some fun.
Ukron's in here too. Look, everybody wants we're all adults here. We all want to know. We all want to know. Now we're all invested beyond the point of changing the channel.
You guys were supposed to be doing a mod talk, not the Cassie's background to crazy. You've got to peek into the crazy. Well, you'll have to stay tuned for more. every week we'll give you a couple. Oh, Tiki, I know my staff chat. I'm so sorry that you're a friend on there with my stories. That
sometimes I'm like, what
the fuck?
Because here's the thing, guys. If you're not following Cassie on Snapchat, let me just run it down for you real quick. What? You're constantly like, oh, hey, what's Cassie up to? And then like you're just like, wait. The story is incongruent. Like it doesn't. There's no start end. It doesn't follow any logical flow pattern that you can actually suss together what actually was going down. It's just like, ha, and then I punch that bitch in the face. What? What the? I am so lost. And it's like you want to ask, but then you're like, I don't want to be like the guy that's asking the questions, right? And then you're like. Now we're at a party. We're at a rave. No, we're inside the hotel still. Wait, what is going on? It's pure, unadulterated chaos energy.
All right, the names I know here, I know. I will let you in on the secret. If you have a Snap, there you go real quick. I'm going to delete it. My own message, I think. Oh,
I have 514. Is that enough to know the story? I have 526 now.
Oh, hey, Simon, welcome in, sweetheart.
Can we get Megals on here? Can she join the video chat and tell us the story now?
I mean, Megals will have to decide if she'll join now or if she wants to save it for hers. I'll let her say it in chat. I can send her the link if she wants to join and give a story, and then and whatnot, or she can save it for her chat. That
I
that's
love
that's on
your
her.
willingness to hijack the stream a little bit. I love this. In my experience, when your stream starts taking a hard left, that's when you're going to get a bunch of new followers. You're like, I did not expect the scuff to catch me, but it did. And now we're here.
Right. Well, there's a lot of stories behind Cassie. As some people I tell them, um, story for a life to go forward, there must be a roller coaster. Because to go downwards, there's always a crank that's taking you up, and it will release at some point. Now, the velocity that you go downwards is your own choice based on how high of a hill you want to go. And don't forget, you'll always swing right back up. Just don't fly out your sleet and make sure that seatbelt's on, or you may lose your head.
No. You see how she's underselling it again. Here's the thing, guys. It's like it's just like her Snapchat. It's like you got clicked in, right? But then the guy who came by and like did the like check to see if you're securely fastened into your seat is like getting paid $17 an hour. He doesn't care. He's just like, seems like it's not going to go anywhere. But then you're trying to click it back down further because you're like, no, I'm going to fall out of this. This is not good. Everything has gone wrong for me in my life right now. That's
Hey, Vinyl's here. Good to see you, sweetheart.
Hey,
I did see you get wasted last night. That was a fabulous stream.
Last night was great.
It was great, actually. I
was
listened
there
the whole time while I was at work. You were in one ear and my bar was going crazy in the other. You guys mashed up a few times, actually, between you and the other DJ. I was actually enjoying that, and on the way to work, dance it out. Snap's lucky that they didn't get a Cassie Vinyl dancing again. Because I'm not going to lie, a lot of my streams come from Booters Vinyl. My snaps come from listening to Booters Vinyl, Simil, Mixie, and Ahit, and then there's 3 others.
Simil's
So
another one.
Huh?
Yeah, really good. Simil's another one that's really good.
Yeah. I have fun with his. Thank you very much, Losing It. Love you, love you, love you. And Vinyl, if you even wanted to join late, it's okay. We just got sidetracked for just a little bit.
Sorry.
Oh, thank you for sending the little follow. A-O.
They really never should.
Yeah. No, they really shouldn't have. You know, I even have a special one for raids. And I'm working on more because I found a really cool app to make my own gifts that are very simple. So they definitely shouldn't have given Cassie that ability either. Most of the abilities of modding they shouldn't have given me, or any. Oh, thank you very much, Vinyl. I get to give you the woo. Thanks for subscribing. You're gonna get sick of me, Tiki, aren't you? I can see it on that face.
No, never.
But again, you guys, if you haven't followed TK, I haven't shouted him out in a while. We've had a few new people. Oh, thank you very much, amigos. Love you, love you, love you. Make sure you give him a follow, and everybody on his FPS Friday group on that link tree. Amazing. And we have some fun on Fridays. But let's try and reel this back in. Meagles did agree with me that she'll save it for the next one. Okay. She's not ready to come on camera. Right. So give her a follow if you want to find out that story. You got to be there for her next stream.
Go over here and like right click and then find her.
Here, I'll even re-shout her out right now for you.
There you go.
There you go. Make it simple. And again, she is my in real life best friend since I was 5. So if anybody's got the dirt, she does. And she's also got an amazing streamer. She's on that gaming side. And hopefully her sister will be doing her music soon. We need her voice. You're going to get a rain check on that later. Love you, Ukron. Also give him a follow if you haven't. I gave him a nice shout out earlier. And thank you guys again for being here for my affiliate celebration stream. I still can't believe that in the 7 streams that I did, I was able to make it to affiliate. You guys are amazing for doing this and showing all of your support in this. And I just hope that we continue to give you guys good information, everybody that we have on here with us. So let's try and get back onto that whole streaming topic, not the Cassie's dark secrets of why she's crazy.
I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm sorry. You can't
that's
tell me
okay.
anything.
That's okay. I'm ADHD, so I sidetrack a lot. You'll probably
Dude,
randomly hear me say stories. So keep tuned. And my brain's like a fish. Bloop, I'm here. Now I'm there.
no, you're,
Ooh,
you're basically
look,
Dory.
shiny.
Got it.
Yep. I okay, so my nickname used to be Squirrely with 3 E's at the end because I was very drastic, you know.
Wait, well, now I really want to know that story. How'd you get that nickname?
So partly because when I would suck helium out of balloons, do any of you guys know Foamy the
Wait,
Squirrel?
what?
Helium, you take a balloon that was
No,
filled
no,
up and
no,
then
no,
you'd
no, 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 no. I got that.
okay, you'd suck it. Do you know Foamy the Squirrel?
Yes.
Anytime I did that, I sound like Foamy the Squirrel. So my friends and I loved going, take me to the bagel shop. Give me cream cheese. Give me cream cheese. That was my favorite saying to say every time that I did helium. So they called me Squirrely and they added the extra E's at the end because I'm crazy and I need that extra just to show that it's extra, you know? And that's how they explained it. So that was my rave name was Squirrely, but it was Squirrely.
So I have a question for you. Going back,
Okay.
we'll wrangle this thing back in. And here's the question: how did you decide to jump from the moderator side into being a streamer yourself?
So it's mainly been a lot of push from the community and my inability to individually respond to everybody's mods questions. Since I opened my Mods Come Together Discord that I've brought up a few times in my streams now, I started seeing a lot of people that needed help with learning how to do commands, with learning how to help their streamers set up redemptions or give new ideas to improve their streams. And I've been in the back of a lot of people behind their mods or the streamers themselves pushing ideas out, right? Best ways to expand the community, expand the networking, and expand each stream. Because the only way for Twitch to build is everybody to build, right? Bringing in those organic viewers, sharing viewers with each other, and not creating gates. And everybody kept on telling me, Cass, you need to stream. You need to stream. Everybody's doing it. You need to stream. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not everybody. You know, I've promised everybody that I'm not going to stream this entire year and a half, and you guys keep pushing me to. The only thing that I'm good at is modding. Like that's what I do. Come on, Tiki, you've played Call of Duty. I'm an average gamer. You'll get better content out of my probably my commentary than anything, right?
Exactly. No, here's the thing. The reason I laughed at that is because I am spectacularly average at Call of Duty when I'm live because I'm being entertaining.
And I'm worse than you.
But when I'm off stream, your boy's got some skills, all right?
Not gonna lie, I have better skills when we're not on your stream because every time I'm on your stream trying to play with you, I'm trying to watch your chat at the same time and like do the things that because my brain instant goes mod mode anytime I'm in a stream. Like, and I'm like, well, you know, and then I kind of bounced it around a few people and I was starting to do, you know, the whole creating the business of professional moderation, which means there might be some streams that I just really can't get to as much, you know? But I still wanted to provide the free information to the people that needed the help, right?
Sure.
Those that may not be able to pay for me to do it for them, they can still find a central place to get the answers. And if they have questions from a segment, they can go, okay, well, what about this? Can you give me a little bit further? You know? And trying to get people to understand, you know, that Twitch etiquette and making sure we're not stepping on each other's toes, really support you guys as well. All of the streamers that I've had the pleasure to work with and future others, and opening everybody's mind on what goes on behind the scenes and why sometimes streamers do exactly things that they do. and also maybe advice for those new streamers of how a good point maybe for us to touch base on next would be um, how they can go about asking for help from streamers, without stepping on the toes or seeming like they're trying to steal an idea, but
Mhm.
like still get coached. And those streamers that are giving the information, like how could you coach that person without going, hey, here's a silver platter, but here's like the steps, here's what we go through so that person can still learn. Because that's the big thing about streamers, don't have other people do it for you, learn in the process with others.
Yeah, no, that's a huge thing because people, you hit a really important note there, and it was the fact that sometimes you have people who say, "Oh, help me," but they're not really trying to learn what needs to be learned. They're just
Mm-hmm.
like, "Just set it up for me so I can do the thing." And the problem inherently with that, with not, you know, walking through the steps of understanding what you're doing, it's like, okay, it's if you raid a small streamer who just started, who's never really put the work in to try to understand what they need to do, they don't know what to do with it. It's like giving a kid a hand grenade. Like, okay, they might pull the pin, but like that whole you need to throw it part, you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why my brain went with giving a kid a hand grenade. That's
Well,
another
you
TED
do
talk.
play Call of Duty a lot, so kids dying and getting killed by kids happens a lot there.
Mhm.
So um but so yeah, the community and making sure you're really working with the people that you're asking the questions. Like, how would you say it's best for somebody to approach someone? So say they enjoy how you have, because you have amazing overlay set up and your transitions that you do,
Mhm.
and your bleeping of all your curse words. It's freaking phenomenal.
Giving away the trade
um
secrets.
you know so what would be something that you'd say, like if somebody wanted to ask you a question about these things, how should they approach you, just to best show that they are a community and trying to learn it and not sound pushy? Because sometimes there's those language barriers that make
Mhm.
it kind of hard for people to figure out how to ask for help.
Mhm. Well, any streamer that's got that level of polish on their stream that they're that you want to try and emulate or learn how to do, they're gonna have a separate forum for it. They're gonna have like Discord, right? And so that's the first thing. Check to see if they have a Discord, and then reach out on Discord after you join their server because they might already have a frequently asked questions section for how to do this, that, and the other thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, do that first, and then if you still don't get the question answered, and like, don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush because like if I'm live, I can't stop doing what I'm doing to try to like break down how I have my setup done.
Yeah.
Um, Go to the Discord, join, be part of the community. And I'm not saying wait a week or two. I'm saying, if you don't see the frequently asked questions or just post it in there, general chat usually. Say, hey, I'm new, I'm trying to get this thing I saw that you did and it's really cool and like I was wondering like could somebody help me get that set up or tell me where to look for the information. I mean, even setting up OBS now is difficult. It's not just a done. Like getting Streamlabs OBS or OBS itself set up to stream. It's not necessary. It's not hard, but it's not what I would call something that is innate. It's
Yeah.
not like, oh, I know how to do that. I know how to use Microsoft Word because I whatever.
Hmm.
There's some doing and there's some routing and stuff that people need to do some research on. But through the research, I might give you like a YouTube video to go check out. And that
Yeah.
YouTube video is going to give you more things that you're going to need to know, more than I have time to personally break down for you at this juncture.
Yeah. And then it's okay to come back with the questions from that YouTube showing that you tried. If you
Mhm.
don't understand, going, hey, at this time in the movie, it says this part. I'm not quite understanding this. Can you help me with this? They help you with that, and then you continue with the video for the rest of the steps.
Mhm.
That's something that I fully promote when people are doing this, because I will give people
Yeah.
videos and YouTube links going, hey, this is what helped me when I learned, because I may not be 100. I don't know everything. Just because I mod for a bunch of people, I
Mhm.
still don't know everything. Like OBS, oh my goodness, I was going to stream with OBS and through Zoom, like get my OBS set up to my Zoom and then go live from Zoom to Twitch. And so that I can have all like the stream element launches and everything like that. And I'm like, holy cow, this is a different beast. Like I've explained things and I've sent people videos, hey, this is how you do it. Because
Mhm.
this is what other streamers have sent me to do.
Mhm.
When I've gone, hey, I have a streamer that needs help doing XYZ. Do you have a guideline that you'd like, or that would help this person? And they'll send me a YouTube and I'll move that on to the next person going, hey, if you have any questions, let me know, and what time on the movie that you have a question about. And I'll
Mhm.
bounce back and forth and be like a mediator um, between streamers sometimes and other streamers.
Yeah, no, I absolutely, and I think sometimes people get a little upset because they don't understand the etiquette. Number one, or number two, they think that we're trying to gatekeep the information, and that's not what it is. It's just it's out there. Watch this thing, and then ask if you have additional questions. Because if we stop as streamers to try to everybody who comes to us to ask a question, we never get anything done.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Because even after stream, you got to check your video, you got to edit the
Hmm.
video. And then if you're going to
Hmm.
upload it to YouTube or this, that, and the other, make sure it's okay to stay on the VOD for those that don't use music. And speaking of that, I haven't done this yet this stream. I totally spaced on that because I don't want the DMCA. You guys all know we're on that Seattle Sunday stream today with The Hunt music starting us off, and we'll eventually raid into the train at some point. The train list is right there on that link tree for what we're doing today. Um, and we'll eventually raid into it either during Spin or the guest right after, which is a brand new person yet again, guest on the Seattle Sunday stream, Rich Green. We'll be raiding at some point around there. So if you guys want to see the stream that we are on, I can go ahead and share that screen real quick. And if you want to give them a follow, if you haven't already, this is where I start my Sundays every Sunday with you guys and the Seattle Sunday stream. And this is The Hunt. He knows that we're on the lurk. I promise this time, you guys, I will not press host and screw up my stream. My fingers away from it. I did that last stream.
Probably duct tape that button.
I totally went live while I was live. I pressed the host because mod
Yeah,
brain
you're used to doing it.
overruled
Yeah.
me, and it totally like killed my visuals and everything. But like I was still
Oops.
partly streaming at the same time, so like there was this
Mhm.
10-minute video of me going, "Oh fuck, what did I do? Shit, where are you guys? Ah, did I end my stream?" And I deleted that VOD. I got rid of that one.
It's just like a stream of curse where it's like, oh,
Pretty much. Pretty much. Hey, we're
nice.
all allowed a mess up stream, right? But
We all do. And look here, you're not a real streamer until you've embraced the scuff and then mispronounced half your chat's names.
right. Oh, I've started to see what you guys are talking about with the mispronunciation of names. I've gotten a few of those in recently.
Mhm.
That is a good time to also say, if you guys aren't following or hosting yet, please do so. It's a good way to let your friends know that me may like to learn a few things about the behind the scenes of streamers, tips, tricks, and how do you do's with Tiki Gone Wild and myself today, and in the future, any future funds. And don't forget to give him a follow and all of his friends with FPS Friday.
Is it Twitch without some issues?
No, it's never Twitch
No,
without an issue.
no.
We live in the issues in this world.
I mean, dude, it's so bad because everything will work perfectly all week long. And the moment you hit go live, everything needs an update. Settings are all wrong. You know,
Yep.
somebody's potato's cousin's kid just fell down the stairs. I don't know. It's the whole thing.
Yep. So, one thing that I've been trying to go over with people is like finding their niche,
Hmm.
where they fit in, and what their brand, and trying to create their community and really play on themselves, like even their mods when they're making commands, thinking like the streamer, not themselves, you know?
Hmm.
What's one thing on your stream that you say really brought together your community, that really got that click, and started growing you as a streamer and community?
I honestly think that that happened before I ever started streaming. I used to mod for well, I still do kind of mod for some other big streamers, and people kept seeing me guest star on their streams because I would actually literally live. I lived right down the street for them, and I would just show up, and they're like, "That's Tiki. That's Tiki gone wild. What? Does when what time's his stream?" And then I built this rapport around my personality that was just my true IRL personality. And then kind of like when I went live, people were like, "Oh, this Tiki. We already know what we're here for." And
Mhm.
that just built on itself. And that is what I'm telling, anybody who says, how do you find your niche? How do you, get things going? It's like, be yourself, be your brand. Like, don't
Yep.
try to like. It's okay, like to look at like Tim the Tap Man and be like, "Oh, I want to do it like that." But like, don't start your stream trying to get a yai. You know what I'm saying? Because people are just like,
Hmm.
"Oh, you're just ripping off Tim. Like, you're not special." What makes you special is that you're you.
Yep.
So showcase that, embrace it, and then
Yeah,
people will follow.
I think that's kind of like your question when you asked me, like, of like why I started streaming. It was like, Cassie, you've got a community, you got people that'll listen, and even if it's just modding, that is you, and that's what everybody knows. And so many people have asked me questions, and I've seen it. Like, I didn't believe them. I'm like, who's gonna want to listen to me? Who's really gonna want to listen to me just sit here talking about modding and tips and tricks? Like, there's they could just go to a streamer and ask, right?
Hmm.
But it is hard to get a hold of streamers sometimes. It is even hard to arrange for just a moment of the times, and sometimes it's easier
Absolutely.
just to, since I do have this community, coming to that central place and getting live answers, questions answered, if I can speak, right? Ah.
Zip, zip.
Um
Oh.
exactly. It's going to be my thing when I'm tongue tied. I do that a lot.
Mhm.
Um but really, since I did create that, Discord mods come together, and I've tried to really bring the community behind the scenes together,
Mhm.
and break down a lot of those walls. Like, I was like, Cassie, you should stream about that. I'm like, well, I guess I can try. And then I realized, like, I wasn't like fully watching my follower count, but you, even as a non-streamer, you can see that, like, hey, people must like what you're saying in chat if they're following you and you're not a streamer, right?
Right.
And I Drake gave me my 500 follower just before I went live for the first time. And so I was like, I guess I did have a community more than I really thought,
Hmm.
but that was a hard one for me to overcome when I was deciding if I was going to stream and what I was going to stream. Like, what made you choose gaming first versus music, since you did have the musical background?
I never really thought that I could. It just never occurred to me to do the DJ stuff live. It literally didn't occur to me. And then by the time I decided to try to do it, I had to upgrade all of my gear because I mean I've been doing DJing for like 12 years, so it's like I had all this ancient gear that didn't really translate into being on stream on Twitch.
Hmm.
And the gaming thing came about because, like I said, I was like, okay, okay, fine, guys, stop yelling at me. I will be a streamer. Fine, I'll do it if you really want to hang out. And then it was just kind of like, well, what am I going to stream? And my computer at the time was a computer that a friend gave me. And so I didn't even have a PC that was capable of doing current generation gaming. Not that the one I have now is that much better, but say what you will, super chips. Um, I had to, I kind of had to go with whatever my PC could handle, both streaming and rendering at the same time, and that's how I ended up with Brawlhalla. It was because it was such a lightweight game that, and it was free. That was
Hmm.
that was a huge plus for me. that I was like, cool, man, I'm gonna do this. And then, man, it just took off for no reason. Like I don't know why. I don't know why. But I was, I was just being myself. It was Tiki playing this fighting game. And
Well,
that's how it came about.
let them hear your voice. Tell them that.
Just let
Come
them
on,
hear the voice.
you got the voice, man.
Yeah,
Suit some people. What was it? The last stream, weren't we saying that we needed some books narrated by the Tiki?
yeah. I mean, I've
From
been looking into getting the official voice acting thing going out there, but it's the pool is so big. It's one of those things like I'm already doing streaming. I'm already doing my full time job, and it's like, man, do I really want to throw another thing on the fire? But
I mean, they've got online voice acting things that you can just sign up for.
that's true. That's true. But
That
but
you
here's
can
the
just
thing.
send recordings and they'll pick you or not.
Like a lot of people don't know that this is my real voice. Like because when I'm in public, I really dial it back. Like, hold
Yeah.
on. Hey guys, what's going on? It's like this is my like I'm out in public voice because like I don't want to scare people away because I'm it's 6'2", 275.
You gotta sound sweeter than you look.
Yeah, 100%. I gotta put that pillow. I gotta put that pillow on it. Because if I don't,
Oh yeah.
and I just walk up and I'm like, hey, what's going on, dude? They're like, oh God, what? Is that guy a bouncer? Is he always here? No, seriously. And the thing is like, so Snow, they call me Snow is here, visiting, and we went to what was it? It was Best Buy, and like she knows my real voice, so I'm not using my public voice, and we go to the counter to actually check out, and I forgot to put back on my public side. And the guy was like, he looked at me like I had some kind of voice modulator inside of my mask. He was like, is that your real voice? I was like, yeah. He was like, say something else. I was like, something else. And he was like, it was just the reaction was hilarious. And you could tell
God.
he was trying to place the voice. He's like, who did I just meet? Like, you for sure are doing something out there. Like, do you read books or like, are you a narrator? I'm like, no, I don't do any of that. And he's like, dude, you should do that. Like everybody who actually hears my real voice is like,
Oh God, that would
what
be
can I
amazing.
subscribe to? I'm like, check me out, twitch.tv/Tiki Gone Wild.
Tiki Gone Wild. And how did you pick that name? I've got to ask, and they've got
Oh,
to
no.
know.
Well, funny thing about indigenous peoples. No, I'm kidding. I wore the real story behind Tiki Gone Wild. Was that in high school, I always wore Hawaiian shirts. So people just started calling me Tiki. And then when it came to having an online presence, I was just like, I don't want to just be Tiki. There's a million Tikis. And I was like,
Right?
Tiki Gone Wild. And it just rolls off the tongue. And I was like,
It
yeah,
does.
yeah, that's
Almost
good.
like
That's
Girls Gone Wild,
it.
but Tiki's Gone Wild.
Exactly. And I was like, this is perfect. This is perfect. So
Sets that perfect vibe for the island,
thank you, Golden Artist. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And I mean, pretty much and that's the thing is, as soon as I got onto like Vinyl Stream or Angel Stream or anywhere who actually heard my voice for the first time, they're like, all right, look, I'm gonna need you to record some stuff for me. I was like, all right, I can hook you up.
Yep. Yeah, no, like when I came in and I started listening, I was like, because I think it was, I found your stream because of Vinyl. And he had shouted you out with the special shout out that the Vinyl bot had for you one of the times because of your voiceovers. And I'm like, nah, really, he can't be that good. Come on, let me calling him the king of voiceovers. Let's see this. Yeah, right. And then I'd gone over. I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
All right. I'll vibe out. All right. And then you were playing Call of Duty, and I'm like, oh man, yeah, like that's the shit, man.
Well, the fun part, for a brief while, I was doing Valorant, and I would just queue up in like public lobbies, and then just set my mic to open, and they'd be like, "All right, guys, let's go get B, go to A. There's two guys." I'm like, can confirm they are on A, and they're like, "Who is that?" It's like Autobots transform and roll out. And they're like, what?
Love it.
These kids are like, is this my dad? Is that you, dad? No, I'm still getting cigarettes.
Right. And you do these voiceovers for people, correct? And
I do. I do.
at some points, and if they want to reach out to you, they can.
Yes, you absolutely can.
What's the best way to reach you?
Hit me up, tikigonewild@gmail.com. That's my business email. So if you want to get some sweet overlay stuff at
You said Tiki Gone Wild at what?
Gmail.
Mind if I put it in chat for you?
Yeah, go for it.
There you guys go. If you guys need to get any sweet voiceovers, you know where the man is. Sorry. I've had like a catch in my throat since my
shot.
weekend when I decided to party a little too hard on my weekend. Or just enough. I wouldn't say too hard. It was a nice and sit back, relax, and enjoy the days off, right? Leading up into this one, and I still can't believe I made affiliate and everything's going on because we're going to be having Shinton Foddy joining us next Wednesday, coming in with their crew.
Cool.
So, to move a little forward, I'm going to take a shot first. So if anybody is drinking and wants to drink with us, or smoke if you're a smoker friendly, smoke them if you got them, drink them if you want them. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let them know what your cheers is. I love yours and the way you said it. I can never say it right.
It's bad luck to do it without having alcohol.
Oh, but I thought you had a mix.
I do have a mix, but I just finished it.
Oh, damn! Do you need to run and get a refill?
Yeah, I might.
All right, you can run.
Here, pull me off. Pull me off.
Will do. There we go. So while he's getting a refill, do any of you guys have any questions or anything you want to dive into today? Put it in chat. Open format. If you guys got any questions for the streamer that we've got today, you know, we zip through them. Maybe you got something new since the last time. And he'll be back just momentarily once I see his face return. So, and again, yes, I will be doing a pagers emote. Is the Discord behind the scenes open or invite? You mean the mods come together one? Big Hef? It is one that I can drop in real quick. I tend to drop it in a couple times during streams to let you guys all know. Generate a link. It's the mods come together. We all work together. It is broken down by genre, style of stream, game type, as well as the chatting sections have it broken down by what style of chatting we got, questions and whatnot. Here's the link. Please read the rules when you join. Ping me once you have with the information that I've asked in the rules so I know that you've read them. And then I can get you your posting privileges so that you can promote your streamers, find future raid trains or community members, or if you have a general question for streamers or mods. And if you are also one that uses stream stickers is in there, and you can tag him in the extension section, and he's more than willing to answer any questions. Welcome in, Matoots. Thank you for joining us on the affiliates words today. Oh yeah, let's try and speak. Thank you for joining in today's affiliate celebration stream. We do have Simon. I love you, sweetheart. Oh my goodness. I gotta give you one of these first. Woo! Thank you, love, for the 5 gifted community subs. You are fabtabulous, sweetheart. I love you. And I was trying to give a shout out to Matoots and send him a follow, and also give a follow to Simil. Both amazing, amazing people. Simil is also part of the Moist Music Collective. He is one of the founders. Please, 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 I love you, and I will give you a woo again because there was 5 of them. Thank you, and Matoots, 1 for you. I love you guys. Shot has been poured. Okay, I can bring you back now. Woohoo. And I see you. There
You
we
can,
go.
in
Tiffany
fact,
is
bring
back.
me back.
Oh, 143. So I was like, he was asking for a pager. I'm so gonna get Katari to make me a little like
Oh,
animated
pager.
pager that says 143 in it.
Oh,
Because
I love
143 is I
you.
love you for pager speak. One letter, four letter three.
You had to be there, kid.
Had
We
to
didn't
be
have
there.
time. Our cell phones didn't have.
Right? I'm gonna show my age in my emotes.
Right.
I love you, Matoots. Thank you for joining us, and thank you very much for your subscriptions to Sweetheart. Blip. Oh, that's a
Nice.
word.
All right. Here comes the cheers. Feel free to take a shot with me if you'd like to.
Oh, yes.
Get your shot glasses ready.
Or bottle, however you prefer.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you how to live your life. I mean, as long as there's not sugar in the bottle, we're good.
Hey, that's judging me.
Being a little half cup judgy. All right. Glasses up. Here's to you, here's to me, forever friends we shall be if ever we should disagree. Fuck you. Here's to me.
Cheers. Oof. Which one, Mia? Laughing? Or are you talking about the, oh, yeah.
I could just see me putting that on my stream and not telling anybody I did it. And then just next time somebody does something, that just happens and everybody's real confused. Like this giant black man, did he just say that?
Oh God, that'd be horrible. Instead of muting, it's just oh yeah instead of the bleep every time you cuss.
Just like oh yeah.
It's just like ah ah ah.
Nope. And that was the third time I got banned off Twitch.
Just make sure you don't consecutively cuss. You got to spread it out, or else it'll be a proper mode. You know,
we're not doing phrasing anymore.
Phrasing, you know, that's what she said. It all whops into one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
my God. Like it'll be the first time I have just like so many people clipping my stream.
Oh God, they're gonna try and play it back and see if your mouth moved.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that would be hilarious.
And then everybody's be like, was that snow? Oh God. They're just bad things all around. I don't need that.
Oh God.
I don't need that juju. You can
Doesn't Vinyl have a clip of one of the members of the gaming community from Sacred, like moaning or something as a clip that he'll occasionally play?
Vinyl, can you attest to that?
I don't think he's still here. I think he disappeared.
Oh, he's probably working on his car.
Yeah, he was working on his car. So.
But that'd be funny. But also, what? If you follow me, please don't send me those clips. I don't need that. I'm not gonna play it on stream. It's too much. It's not
actually, fun fact: Sophie and Tucker, you know, the stream that I helped co-host the Zoom room for a while in the beginning of my Twitch days. Sophie and Tucker had actually done that in the beginning, where they asked for everybody to send them in samples. Well, they weren't, because it was for day 169. And so they were asking everybody to send them samples in because Sophie's really good with the sample board, mixing in when Tucker's doing his thing, right?
Right.
So the community of theirs is called the Freak Fam. So, of course, with that name, it should tell you on day 169, you're asking for clips, what you're going to get.
It was in the name.
Oh, it was priceless. And that happened to be the stream that I can't remember if it was Tucker or Sophie's mom actually came in to watch.
No.
And she got a little embarrassed because there was this moaning one that they did from Naughty Nori. And oh, it was a fabulous, oh my goodness, gold. And it made even Tucker blush.
Mhm.
And yeah, he was like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
She-
You still have that clip, I heat? Those clips are priceless. But yeah,
I
no,
told you.
those the fun things that different streams do, and some people will, some people won't, and you can see how the different personalities start showing through the streams that way, right?
Mhm. I mean,
So
that's what gets you noticed, guys. If you're really trying to like grow your stream, like something like that happening to you is only going to happen to you. It's only going to be on your stream, right? And that's
mhm.
the kind of thing where it gets clipped and then it gets uploaded, it gets shared, it goes viral. Next thing you know, you wake up, you've got all these new followers, and you're just like, oh wow, that was easy.
Right? It's a lot easier than some people think.
Mhm.
But it also takes that perseverance and that hard solid mind of it's okay that there's only 3 people here.
Yeah,
It really is.
it really is.
Because if you're streaming, that means you love what you're doing and now you want to share it with other people. So
Mhm.
just keep having fun and people will join you,
Absolutely.
right? If they see your mood change, they're not going to join. They're going to stay silent and check you first.
Mhm.
Versus if they see you having fun, they're instantly engaged.
Oh yeah.
So really taking that moment, don't let there be a dull moment, you know?
No, I
Um
yeah, 100%.
what else do you have to put on that real quick? Sorry.
What on don't have a dull moment or
Yeah, not having dull moments or how you think that's best to fill those spaces, even if, say, you don't have a specific topic. Do you go in having side topics to think about, or do you just kind of pop stuff off the top of your head whenever
well,
those dull moments that happen? Because, they happen, especially on the game side has a lot more of that than the music
mhm.
side does.
Well, and that's another reason why I chose the game that I did to start with because there's no dull moment. Like I'm not playing that game because I want to be good at the game. I'm playing that game because I want you to come hang out with me playing the game. And so there's a lot of action. There's no dull. I'm not walking through like a valley trying to figure out what the next objective is. Like people don't want to watch you do like a story playthrough until they know your personality, until they know who you are. They don't want to sit around for that, right? Because they could do that. But um,
Yeah.
like I said, it's you really got to become comfortable with yourself. And as far as thinking of topics, like me, I'm lucky. Like add alcohol, and you're gonna have a good time. Like this person that I am is just who I really am. But I usually keep it behind closed doors. But you add alcohol, and hey, it's like a chia pet, but with alcohol.
Yep, pour it on and it grows and grows and grows. That's what
Exactly.
she said.
Oh God, phrasing.
Um welcome in DJ Sweet Mix. If you guys haven't given them a follow, please,
DJ
please,
Sweet Mix.
please. Ooh, yeah. Give it to him. In that sexy voice. Oh yeah. Thank you
That's
for
a freebie.
joining us, love. Um, thank you again for the congrats, and I'm so happy that you made it. Today's not my day off. I worked last night and I do work tonight. So after this stream, I will
Wait,
probably be
what?
taking a nap at some point.
Are you telling me you got off work, came home, jumped on stream, and then you're gonna take a nap and go back to work?
Yeah.
Hardest working woman on Twitch, guys.
It's what I do. You guys know I'm on Twitch 24/7. So I'm modding at the same time because it's the Seattle Sunday stream.
Mhm.
So it's just kind of how I work. I can always multitask.
Drinking bottles of sugar. You right, Hef. You right.
Come on. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at least this time I have orange juice and like a protein shake and an Oreo shake. I don't have a bottle of sugar.
Man, you gotta get back on that sandwich life.
I need to eat some more, but I did have some amazing, amazing spaghetti last night and some tuna the night before. Yeah, sweet mix. We were talking about that. I mean, I am found in Discords asleep for my little naps, and then I wake up, sit up, wipe the eyeliner off, and then kind of start modding again and open up my Discord, like turn my camera back on. So I wouldn't be surprised if I type in my sleep too.
It could
There was
happen.
one.
It's weird,
there,
but it could happen.
there was actually one time at my collection agency job that I worked at that I could somehow convince somebody to pay their balance in full on their credit card in my sleep. And literally, when I stood up and said verify, everybody in my jobs, like that was sitting around me that knew I was asleep, went, "How the fuck did you do that, Cassie?" I'm like, "What?" They're like, "You just yelled verify." I'm like, "I'm asleep." They're like, "Yeah, but you just said verify." And I'm like, "I don't know." They're like, "Okay." So they looked at my phone, they answered it, and they're like, "Hi." And they did their spiel. And sure as shit, the person paid a $500 balance of a credit card. And we went back and listened to the call, and I had done it perfectly. And I was asleep the whole
Wait, did you
fucking
guys
thing.
have like a script you have to read off of?
There's sort of like I had it memorized. I'd been working for the company for 2 years at this point, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, we have our basics. So we have to go through and we have a breakdown of like where we can go from for like how much we can give them off, percentages and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, this guy just uh, apparently Sleeping Cassie knows how to make people pay the bill. Just
Dang,
say it.
dang. I mean, I got some
It's
people I
that
need you to
sex
call.
operator voice, you know, when I get all nice and sweet. They just love me so much.
I'm sure it works better than me calling them. Be like, hey, I want to need that 395 right now.
Just get a little barely, just a little bit more, and you'd be good.
I will not be
Uh,
talked into this. What kind of show did you rope me into?
DJ Sweet Mix. Thank you, sweetheart, for the pity. Oh, yeah. We'll cry. We'll go back to PG, guys. Sorry, I love you.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I am always working, DJ Sweet Mix, and I do the best that I can. Oh, Vinyl's joining us. He's in the waiting room.
Oh,
You
fantastic. Bring him in
guys,
here. Bring
I
that
have
sexy man candy in here.
right. I have talked about him. I believe I do apologize how many drops I do with Vinyl, but he is. I'm sorry. I love you all. I love you, and do not be jealous. But Vinyl is one of my favorite streams, and I'm glad he's joining us. And here is the man himself.
I'm here. Is my
I
mic
have
working?
sent his link
Your
probably
mic
to
is
everybody.
working.
All right.
Your mic
I
is
don't have a nice
fantastic.
fancy one like you guys. I just got cool.
That was finally ASMR.
It works though.
Yes, yes, it does. Well, welcome in. And again, here is I Am Vinyl. You want to tell them a little bit about yourself and your adventures? What you do?
I'm an electrician. No, I'm a DJ on Twitch, kinda. DJ and an aspiring coder. That's about it.
Yeah. Pretty much not just aspiring. You're pretty dang good with that coding. Any question about those thoughts?
I'm just good at stealing people's work nonchalantly.
Copy, paste.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think most coding these days is just copy paste. You find different snippets of other people's work and you take a piece of it. It's pretty much like making mashups. You know, like you're taking the lyrics from one song and adding the beat from another, and boom. And then you start doing it with coding, and you're like, I'm going to take this piece of this, but I'm going to change this variable to this.
DJing coding.
Yeah, DJing and coding, they're like the same thing. Yeah, it's not stealing, it's creating something new from other people's work.
Thing.
Yeah.
True.
It's still the art. Yeah. Ingredients, exactly.
And that's how all art is, right? Like there was an artist that was explaining and trying to teach people how to draw. And she's like, okay, you guys, concept, when you get a concept of the art, it's you go, oh, I like the nose of this, but I like the hair of this and the chin here. And now you're going to take these three pieces, put them together and make them something unique, right?
And you didn't make the paint or the pencil. Like,
right?
Unless you're going out and gathering flowers and mashing them together to get the pigment and then making some other element. I mean, you're essentially just using different mediums. So whether you use like a software to do what you're doing, then you find this this ingredient to go into that software to make it do, whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's a very elegant way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how easy was it for you to make the vinyl bot so it's interactive with the game chat with Sacred Angel and yourself?
Okay, so the vinyl bot is actually from Justin TV from before they shut down. So when I used to stream on Justin TV and there was a bunch of Lifecasters, I made a bot. And essentially it started as a spy bot. So it would watch every single chat that it was in and it would pick up on keywords. So you could set a keyword. So most people would just set their username. And as soon as that username was mentioned in another chat, because with Lifecasters there was a lot of shit talking.
Okay.
So when your username would get pinged, it would send you a DM saying who said your username, what they said, and it would send like the whole chat like a little snippet block of what so you had the context. So
Okay.
you would know what people are saying about you.
Is anybody
Behind
else
your back.
just really scared of vinyl now?
Yes,
I got
actually, I'm a
real
little bit
scared.
further.
So what happened was it was working great. People loved it, and then the main bot on Justin TV was Vaughn Bot, made by Mark Vaughn, and he actually saw the script working in the background and was like, "Hey man, they told me to ban your bot unless you get rid of this." So I was like, "All right, fine, I'll get rid of it." So then me and Vaughn became friends, and then when Justin TV got bought out by Twitch or whatever happened because of all the crazy shit they had a bunch of lawsuits. Then Vaughn made his own little Vaughn TV, but yeah, then I stayed off Twitch for a long time. But then after, when I got back on, I was like, I wonder if my bot still works. So I turned it on and shit, it connected right up to Twitch because it's the same servers. It's still JTV servers in the background. So everything was exactly the same. And I just deleted all the scripts and started fresh. But because I knew how to backdoor through different chats, I just made it into a request.
Well,
I was like,
right.
I'm just gonna make this so people can watch my stream and broadcast me on their stream, but be able to send requests back to me without having to send the people over to my chat. So if you're on your phone, and you're listening to Tiki and Tiki's got me up in the corner, you could just stay in Tiki's chat. You don't have to jump to mine in order to request a song. You can just do it right from Tiki's chat.
Yeah.
But
which is one of the main things I really liked with you mashing up with the gamers was that ability, that request queue, and getting that overlay sync up, like what you've done with Sacreds and yours, and then Tiki gets that request, and a few others like Fall right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, anyone with the bot, and the bot has its join commands. If you go to the bot's actual channel, it has all the commands, so anyone could take the bot and put it in their channel.
Oh.
But yeah.
So
the bot could be in here.
Ooh, I don't know. Crazy Cassie having the vinyl bot?
Exclamation shots.
Oof.
Yes. I'm gonna need that bot.
Yeah, I love that shot bot. I mean, some of the shots. So was that an API that you already had address, or did you actually draft up each one of those bot cheers yourself?
I made all those. They're all myself. I took a bunch of cheers quotes. I pretty much went on like Google or something and just wrote cheers quotes, and then you see all those pictures that just have the little meme that you would post up. I just took a bunch of those and just hand wrote them all into the bot code, so it just picks a random one to read from, so I can add more. I wanted to set it into like GitHub so other people could go and make modifications. Me and a couple other streamers, well, not streamers, but a couple other people on my channel were actually working on syncing up a lot of stuff to GitHub so that our change logs with commands and stuff are all written out. So
it's all there.
Yeah, but then if people want to steal like snippets of things to add in, yeah, we're making my stream open source, so you could download the entire OBS build, like with all the plugins, everything we use, and just have everything neatly labeled so people could just take the whole thing and modify it. I mean, obviously you're gonna have to spend a lot of money to have confetti cannons and all the crazy lights, but if you have just a couple little things and you want to do the same kind of stuff, having it all open source so you could steal snippets would be kind of
That's
cool.
pretty cool. Is that where Booters is going through the vinyl bot, or has he just been doing it on his own in the back end for like the new ones? That's what I'm wondering, because his commands don't show up on Stream Elements for those new ones that he has for like wasted and error, kind of like your mic drop and stuff that you have on your side.
So
his
he was
Written snippet
using Triggerfire for a long
Oh.
time, and then I don't know how Triggerfire works because I don't really play with it. I've never used it, but there's other means, like because I want the complete customizability, I use Node-RED to do all my coding, and Node-RED can control anything on your computer or anything in your network or even online if you route it right. But there's easier stuff like Leorin board and just other stuff that can control from Twitch back into OBS. Just Leorin board's a lot. It's basically built for OBS and a couple other programs where Node-RED can control like MIDI, it can control OSC, it can control pretty much anything. Like I could make it turn my thermostat up. So I could make a command so you could change the temperature in my room. Like in the stream room. I could put a smart thermostat in and say, okay. So someone could do exclamation hot in here and then it turns on the AC or something.
Man, you're bordering on the just because we could, but should we?
Well, my whole original idea was there's so many music streamers. I just wanted to make I wanted to make my stream into its own like Sims game or something. Like it, my stream is a game essentially.
Yeah.
Like it's called Control the Basement, and anyone that comes in, so some of the stuff we were working on was, I don't know if you've been in a stream, you can click anywhere in the video window, and it did a little red like poof, like thing. So what that was whenever you were clicking, it was sending the click data back to me on the coordinates of the screen. So wherever you clicked, I got a coordinate, and I was mapping the lighting to those coordinates so that when you clicked on a light, it would flash. But then we were trying to parse out the colors of your username. So if your username was red, that light would light up red. So you could get 20 different people all with different colors and change the light. So we were trying to pull the RGB data and just everything.
That's cool.
Going
That'd be
way-
awesome.
But yes,
way
DJ Sweet Mix. Yes, I need a purge fog command. That would be.
Yeah,
Big
I'm just glad
shut
to
up.
see you getting back on it, man. I know
Oh,
that you
the-
like move and everything that you got going on, but
A
it's
lot of
just
the
good to see you.
problems here is our space is so small for now.
Mhm.
So until I get a dedicated room, and I have a lot of ideas for the next set, so I'm basically gonna build and code everything that I want and kind of map it all out and just work on that until we can get it built. So I'll probably be building more LED strips. Like I have this whole
Dude.
idea. I just need the space to do it.
I already told you, man. When we get when Snow and I get our spot, like I'll be like, dude, come out for the weekend. Let's set up another studio. Let's do it.
Yep. No, I'm thinking, like I'm about to just buy a, what are those, like a shipping crate. And it's just, let me just build a mobile studio where I can put it anywhere. So it's like, well, gotta move again. Let's just pick up the stream studio, ship it over here.
Modular studios, dude. Come on. You're
Yeah.
talking big money. I love it.
Well, no, it's like,
Right?
you can get a shipping crate for like $2,000. Like
Yeah, that's
$2,000.
The,
And
the outfitting it and putting wheels on it, having a truck to pull
the
it.
wood cost would be, well, steel studs aren't that much. We could do it all in steel. It'll be a little heavier, but
You literally don't have, dude. Like, what if we just dropped a shipping container somewhere at a remote location? Right? No one's gonna fuck with it. And then that's that's just like a hidden station where you can go in, DJ, do these crazy sets and parties from, and then secure it and lock it up. And like, it's nothing but a shipping crate in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, exactly. Losing it says the wood would cost more than the crate. Yes,
Yep.
it would.
Right.
That's
now,
why we do it. That's why we do it in steel.
Right.
Metal
We'll do
all
steel
the
studs. Steel studs. We don't need an underground bunker. We need it mobile. If we bury it, then it's
How
not
do we get
mobile.
how do we get a good signal if the entire thing's a Faraday cage?
We mount the little Starlink things on the roof.
All right, I'll text Elon and see if he's down.
Yeah, Elon, we need to build mobile streaming studios. You could pretty much just put it on the wheels and have the trailer. You could drive it around at that point. You know,
Well,
with
get one of
Starlink.
those
Pretty
little
sick.
homes that my buddy builds down in California. Tiki, you're probably close enough. He used to be a DJ and promoter up here in Seattle, and like he moved down to California and started making those little tiny homes on wheels that you can literally just hook onto your car, pull down just a little bit, or just push it down the street if you wanted to. And it has like a little sink, a toilet, and like a little sleeping spot. It's
Yeah,
just make it
perfect.
a little counter, and you just pull it down. It has a little window, door, and everything.
Yeah, I think somebody actually sent me a. I was like, man, this would be a nice. Imagine that's your streaming studio.
Dude, I'm so in.
Ooh,
I'm in.
yes.
Yeah, it's like a
I'm
stream
in.
studio, your bedroom, everything. I'm like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Take
where
it on
that's
the
at.
road. Let's go.
I don't know where it's at, but
Stream on wheels.
yeah.
Dude, I'm into it. Like,
Interviews around the world. Let's see whose front room we end up in to game next.
so let me ask you this, Final. Having the move and everything and doing that, do you have an itch to get back out there in basically in real life, back in clubs and doing events and stuff like that?
So I actually stopped doing bars and clubs and events before COVID started. Like I was done. I didn't want to do it anymore.
Mhm.
I did spring break every single year since 2006. I was down in Panama with thousands of kids, and new music just started getting so ridiculous that like the last year I actually had fun was like when Migos was big, because Migos lyrics are just so stupid that I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I can get down with how dumb this shit is.
Yeah, like
But
he's
then
literally
it
making that money.
but then it gets into uh like those kids with the neon colored hair, they're just yelling and screaming some random shit that I don't even understand. And then you got like Juice World that nothing rhymes. It sounds like punk rock vocals on rap beats, but no rhyme of anything. There's like nothing. I'm like,
It's
I
bad.
just couldn't get down with it. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm
Dude.
checking out. I'm gonna do throwback shit because that's what I like.
Mhm.
And then after doing enough throwback stuff on Twitch, I was like, I get back into EDM a little bit because now I'm not being forced to play it.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
when you're working for these contracts and you're forced, it's like, okay, this is an EDM paint night, and then you're just like, man, I don't want to play EDM tonight, but I gotta. So I just got so tired of it. Like when
Yeah.
it's different when you're just going out to the bar and people are coming just to see you, but when you're working for these contracts where they don't care who you are,
Mhm.
you just have to be the party. And I don't know, it just got old when you were doing it for so
And
long
you
every day.
and you
Yeah.
had to do it to whatever genre they wanted, right? Versus
Well,
being able to like pick your own, other
so
than like the contracts you choose, of course. But
well, the spring break contracts like that, they wanted the club would be like, yeah, or the promoter would be like, yeah, play EDM, but then you'd have a sea full of kids that don't want EDM. They want all the new rap.
Mhm.
And when they don't get what they want and they're drinking, they start throwing shit. College kids are easy, but it
Mhm.
was the high school weeks that when you got that, you had a sea of angry kids. And
Mhm.
yeah, and it would take a turn a lot of times.
I don't know, man.
And
Yeah.
it was like at that point when you're playing from 6 until 4 in the morning for drunk high school kids that are drunk when they get there, and then they start sobering up because they can't drink, so they pre-drink at their hotel room, and they would come in, so they'd be drunk and easy to deal with, but as they start sobering up they just get angry.
Yeah.
So, and the ADD of mixing song after song after song after song, you'd run out of songs in like half an hour. You're like, boom, I just slammed through every banger, and what do you want me to do now? So you'd try to buy more time. So you'd play like, yeah, we're just gonna let this whole song ride. But then after the first verse, they're like standing around, just kind of picking up their phones. You're
Yeah.
like,
That's the
damn.
worst feeling ever. God.
So it's pretty much just glorified babysitting at that point. So I was
Yeah.
just tired of it and was like, I just want to be able to do my own thing. If people want to come in, hang out, okay. If they don't, I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want. And then
Yeah.
that's when the coding came in and the lighting, because I was always like big on production. It's like, I'm gonna take all my lights that I have. I'm gonna code this in to here. Like first it started so, well, I need to be able to control these lights and do all these cues. And then I'm like, man, this is a lot of work. How about I just let the chat do it for me? And that
Yeah.
made it.
You had me up there fucked up a
Yeah.
couple times. I was like, damn, I'm running this whole shit right now.
Yeah.
Right? And you get into it. Once you do it once, you're like, oh, well, no, I don't like that now. No, the beats change. Let's do this. And like it catches you into it. And then everybody's like, no, but what about this color? What about this one? And then everybody starts doing it together, and it's fun. Especially with my crazy fam over there, Crazy Larry. When he gets in there, he is like,
God.
oof,
Yeah.
Crazy Larry.
on
Yeah,
it.
he's on
He
the
is
camera
really
angles.
good at remembering every single one of them.
What I want to essentially build though in the long run is stuff to be more touch interactive and controllable.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know if I set like icons on the side of the stream, like in an overlay, where if you click those coordinates where those icons are, it acts pretty much like a button on the screen
Yeah.
to change, just so anyone coming in that doesn't know the commands can just see the commands and click on it. But then I have to figure like who's clicking it and like stop the spamming, because if we had 40 people all clicking all over the screen at the same time, all clicking different camera angles, it's gonna be jumping every which way.
I mean,
Which
or
would be-
melt your computer.
which would be fun. Like I'd essentially just be testing and debugging that and seeing if we can break it, and then have to fix it.
Oh, we gonna break it.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about that.
But with the lighting and everything, I wanted to make that more interactive to where it goes more to the beat. And with the next setup, I want to do a little more with like false green screening. So stuff is green screened, but not, to be able to break myself out of the stream. Or because my schooling was in film production and CG stuff.
Mhm.
So I want to try to incorporate some of that back into. So
That'd be fun.
No,
And
that's
that-
sick, dude.
and that would take some. I don't know. Church would be a little different. It'd be a little
Yeah.
more,
Dude, I
more
love, dude. Seriously,
in.
ugh.
Your
I'll-
church sessions are
Church-
freaking amazing.
Temple
Church and
Tuesday-
Throwback Thursday on a Wednesday is my two favorites of the week.
Yeah, dude. Like, church, like I understand the loss of hip hop and hot wings, because I mean you can't do it on your own. That's
Yeah.
insane. And then just getting people to like put themselves through that every week is difficult.
See,
But-
Vinyl can't do it by himself. It's not.
Well,
that
that's
he
why I
couldn't
had
do it by
Booters
himself. It's because he
that I
doesn't cry.
Yeah,
Like
but,
it
yeah,
doesn't
Booters
affect
literally was on the
Vinyl.
floor
He
at one
can
point.
have all the
like,
spice that he wants, and it doesn't do
Yeah,
anything to him.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
didn't affect me.
The pansy.
Vinyl basically eats Teflon to coat his intestines before.
He needs to get
The-
on here on StreamYards and put all of his mods minus me together, doing it like on the.
Don't you put that evil on me. I don't want to be Booters on the ground. Upset.
I know. I'd be the same thing. That's I'm like, dude, I'd be dead.
But
We'd all
church
be crying
is
together.
amazing. Is my point. Like that.
Mm.
Honest to God, is probably one of the best. Like it just fit right. Like
Yep.
the name, the production, like you had everything dialed in with regards to people, like some dummy like me coming in and then helping with the lights and like switching back and forth to your visuals. Like that
Yep.
was the most dialed in thing I've ever experienced on Twitch. Like that was that rarefied. Like I was like, this man's is about to blow up. It's about to be real big in here. And then love happens and you got to move.
Yeah.
We're starting it over.
The main thing is building the atmosphere,
Mhm.
and that's where some of the CG stuff and green screen stuff I could kind of do it, but I haven't really messed with it yet,
Mhm.
Mhm.
because one of the things I don't like about green screening is having that border around you.
Yeah.
like where the separation is, and then volumetric lighting. So having your lighting match what's going on virtually behind you. There's one streamer, The Flash.
Oh, Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know how much you guys pay attention to detail, but I think what he's done is because he's got the visuals behind him, but if you look at his head, his helmet thing that he wears, the lighting on there matches what's going on behind him. So I think what he did was just put a big TV with the visuals shining on him. So he gets those reflections off his big head. That
the
makes it,
animated head thing. Yeah.
yeah. So that big helmet he's wearing, the lighting on that matches what's going on behind him, which is
That's impressive.
it's just the simplest fix you could ever do, and he
Yeah.
did it. Which I don't know if he did it by accident, just so he could see the visuals that are going behind him, or if maybe it's his preview window that he's seeing, and he's just got a giant preview window in front of him. But the fact that his lighting match it, like on his face, matches what's going on behind him. Yeah, that's.
Mhm.
And I know Sushi Dragon, he's working on building a virtual set, and they're trying to do the volumetric lighting where the lights in his studio will actually match. So if a spotlight washes him this way, behind him, there's going to be more light shining from behind him to kind of silhouette him.
Mm-hmm.
So just matching the lighting. Yeah,
It's
that's
such people don't.
a Flash.
I appreciate the fact that you appreciate that kind of thing, because I will tell anybody who comes to me for advice. I'm like, production value. Like, nothing gets me locked into a stream better than somebody who's really thought it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
or
that's
just
good.
got lucky, because I don't know if the Flash actually thought that out, and I think it just worked. I think he just put up a preview window, and then the fact that people come in like me that know lighting and production and see, holy crap, the light on the side of his face on this side is red, and what's going on behind him on this side is red. So it looks like the light's actually washing, like he's actually part of that atmosphere. Like, he doesn't look like he's green screened and completely separate from, like you're super bright. You got a light washing your right side, and then everything behind you is like a dark, gloomy area. So you don't fit the placement.
Dude, there's so much. Like, I got so much going on in this little fucking studio, dude. Like, lights like refracted, like it's going off of that wall, bouncing back on me because direct was too harsh, and like, and it's just, oh my god, it's the whole like
I'm
lighting
working on even this, especially
So-
because that big old window behind me. Real quick before you say something, I do have to do this. Woo! Thank you, Kazar, for your subscription. Love you. Welcome in. Send him a follow. Actually, in real life, fam. Reason why I got stuck on hardcore hands up and trance is that man and his other buddy DJ Bouncy, when they used to play at Club Motor here in Seattle when I was 15 and 16. Known him since then. An amazing DJ. Go check him out if you can. Proceed. Sorry about that cut off, Final.
Oh, no worries. But yeah, when I went to school for film and all that stuff, that's one thing they tell you is like, lighting is everything. Know your lighting. Lighting's more important than the camera you have. You could have a shitty camera, as long as your lighting's good, you're gonna do all right. So
yeah, I'm still trying to find a way, like in here, because I've got to get better curtains to black that out, so I don't have so much like light coming from behind me that sometimes darkens me when I'm on
just
screen
get like
here.
these double-sided blackout curtains.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna have to get here shortly.
I don't know if it'll turn far enough, but yeah, they're like, oh, see, there's light back there, but they're, I don't know, I think they're like black on one side,
Yep.
white on the other.
That's why I'm in a walk-in closet right now. Don't worry, Stream Studio 4.0 is coming. As soon as we find a place, and then I fly.
Is that a fake tree in the background though? That
Yes.
green.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you see, like I like to, like, yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
It catches your eye.
Appreciate
the atmosphere. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always liked your water the water light.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
Looking on the hook.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just it's there's so much that goes into it if you
Oh,
know what
thanks.
you're looking at.
Yep.
And I think that's when people start talking about like look, you don't need this to be a successful streamer, but like for people who look at the production value of what you've done, like your mic setup, like how's your attack? Like when does the mic start picking up your voice? At what decibel do you have it? Like where's your threshold at? Like you can nerd out. And for me, somebody who's like into that scene, it's like when somebody has it really dialed in, I'm like, oh man, that's so good. Like I don't even care what you're playing.
Well, and when you're
Oh, yeah.
when you're just starting and you're not, nobody knows who you are, and you spent that extra 20 minutes to go through and dial something in perfectly rather than just jumping the gun.
Mm-hmm.
When people come in and see that, that's a lot of times what that's what hooks me, and I guess Tiki too.
Yep.
But yeah, when you see somebody that, oh damn, that's not just thrown together. They actually spent some time. You see the content creators that just like the Flash, for example. He spent that extra time, and I've seen his streams back like months ago when he had like a whole like runway strip of nano leaves on the floor, and I was like, who would put nano leaves on the floor? But he had them like it was pretty much like a runway strip. I was like, all right, man, that's pretty sweet. And then I didn't go to his stream, and then when I came back and I see now he's green screened everything and just did the whole room and did this lighting stuff. I'm like, all right, he spent that extra time and made it look better than other people did.
Yep. He did, and he does. And I've gone back to his stream quite a few times now, and it's each time it catches my eye, and he's got that vibe with the design. And I don't always like the overbearing like green screen. I do like seeing like the streamer and their surroundings, like that's one thing that I appreciate with Tiki and you and Booters, that you still you incorporate the room that you have, even if it's a little space.
Yeah.
You don't make it look like it's a small space. You maximize.
Yeah. That's where I want to fuse the two together.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's a room, but like mid set, I can make the room just fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Virtually.
Dude, I'm so into it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm
gonna be so excited.
So I gotta ask, are you gonna do the would you rather command?
I had some snippets. I actually have them here. I have.
Oh, he hit a button. He hit a button.
I have a whole list typed out for him for the answers and whatnot. He's just got to finish. So we'll wait for him to rejoin. He might have hit the wrong button there, guys.
That's the problem. It's like if you lace your entire room with landmines, eventually something's gonna hit a landmine.
Real quick, while we're waiting for him to hop back in, I appreciate both given circumstances right now. I'll use my green screen, and once I buy a house, it's full on set background for me. Yeah. Welcome back, Meinl. Wrong button.
Well, I didn't tab it out. I forget that I'm in a browser and not OBS over here.
Yeah.
So let me pull a tab up. Yeah, so I found this vote script, and I was actually going to go through.
I think you should be able to share a screen.
I don't know. I don't know. You guys can see my screen in the video. Yeah. It's fine. But yeah, so it's just a vote script. I was going to change that to would you rather. The problem where it'd be cooler if somebody that knew more than I did would make something like it to where it was an app like this.
Yeah.
Like StreamYard, where would you rather you could set up a specific key and then have a little overlay that would pop up the thing, because there's ways to make it so would you rather, like on Twitch, if you actually make a poll, it integrates right into the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I could make a would you rather command and code it on my end, but make it pop up in as an overlay. So then we have a little voting graph that would go up. So the more people, so it'd be on screen. The problem with the bot though is to get everybody that ability to make it integrate into the stream, people would have to save text files on their computer, and then those text files, or maybe use like an HTML file, and that would need to be modified, and then hosting that. So it'd be cool
The
if somebody,
API?
yeah, like everything that would have to run it to make the overlays. It'd be better if like Stream Elements actually made it.
Right.
Hit up Stream Elements and be like, hey, you guys should make a or like a poll overlay, so people could use like Stream Elements poll to make a built-in overlay, like a widget.
Yeah.
If somebody coded the widget just for Stream Elements, that would actually work better, and then use Stream Elements bot, because that's already built. But my bot's not really built for that. My bot's mostly just built for text commands, and then within my stream, because the second part of it's in Node-RED,
Yeah.
then the bot can kind of do all that stuff there. But yeah, it's not built for.
Just even talking about this, because I've started the process of not using slobs on my DJ setup stuff. So Vinyl was like, you got to get on OBS. You got to do just OBS. Don't use slobs. Use OBS. So now that's what I'm in the process of doing is rebuilding the stream from the ground up for the DJ streams on the laptop.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, I don't hate. I dislike slobs.
You can hate it.
For Streamlabs is like, and Nightbot I'm not too much of a fan of.
Well, all the bots essentially do the same kind of thing. It's just some people have monetized it. Like Nightbot has monetization where you can pay for, added features and stuff, or premium. But Slobs did the same thing where, yeah, you can pay us. The main problem with Slobs is they took away the open sourceness of it. Where OBS is open source, you can go in, you can modify. Like I can go in and modify the text because I wanted a different text.
Be right back. I gotta pee.
Be right back. Where's GoPro 3? There we go. GoPro 3. Got it. But yeah, I can just modify the text just by editing one file and change the font family of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And going in, adding plugins, so you got added features. You can't do that on Slobs. You can't use plugins on it because they lock it all out. Nothing works. But then with OBS, because there's updates to it, you always get the newest features.
Yeah.
If you have Slobs, you don't get those new features.
Cassie, did you see what Matute said?
Yeah, I did, and I responded to him in chat, or I thought I did.
Oh.
Did it not come through? Oh, it did. Yeah. No, I got what he saw.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I was giving the little nod. Thanks, Matutes.
I'm actually friends with Triode. We were hanging out 2 weeks ago. I went to a show here in Dallas.
Is that when you sent me those fucking Snapchats?
Yeah, we were out at this place. we went out to eat before that. Me and him, like, we actually have a bit about our bots, like, because we were talking about, because he uses a different coding language. But yeah, he sent me all the stuff for his bot to do the track ID stuff. I just never really, I was more focused on other stuff, not really the track IDs.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, how can I make this do this, or how can I monetize a fog machine? It's like, because fog food costs money. I need a way to make a pay for fog fluid. So we're gonna make it bit controlled.
And was that one of the connections you had made on Twitch, or that you had known him beforehand?
I made that connection just on Twitch with Triode, but I
had met Triode in a stream once, and then I had invited him into my Discord at one point. So he's actually in the Discord if anybody needs to contact him, I guess, about help as well. Same with Vinyl. They are in the Mods Come Together Discord that I dropped earlier. And also, hi, DJ Norm.
I'm terrible at keeping up with Discord, though.
Yeah, ping me if you want to get a hold of him, or Booters, and we'll probably be able to get a hold of him a lot better.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have Vinyl's actual cell phone number, and even then, it's a 50-50.
Yeah. My head, like, I'm just in so many other places that, yeah. Like, I feel bad half the time because, like, Norm streams, Hitagani streams. All these people
up,
stream,
Tom?
and I try to make it to their streams, and then I'm out doing something else, and then they always show up to my streams, and I'm like, I appreciate everybody. I'm just terrible at returning the favor half the time. So I try to go and resub to everybody to at least, hey, here's my part to you, but there's so many things going on in my world and in my head that I can't really. When I sit down, I'll pull up a stream and I'll start listening to them, and they'll be talking, and then all of a sudden I have to mute them because I'm going somewhere else or I'm working on something different.
Yep.
And I suck at multitasking. So if I have something else out, I'll just be sucked into that thing, and it's like, okay, now I got nothing done. So,
Right.
but yeah, so like a Hitagani, I remember one of the last streams I went to his. I went in there. He was playing. It was either At the End by IIO or Rapture. It was either the Deep Dish one or the Scumfrog remix of either of those songs. He was playing that song, and I was like, yes, love the song, sub to him, and then I'm like, okay, that song was over. I'm like, okay, on to something else. I leave him tabbed, but I didn't listen to the entire rest of the set just because I had other stuff.
Dude, yeah, we were literally talking about that earlier. I'm like, it's really hard to show up and like support everybody. Like, usually if it's you or Booters or Angel, like I'm lurking, like I have a tab up, but I'm working on this. It's so much. There's so much you have to like kind of pick and choose sometimes.
Yeah.
That is true. You do. And that's why, like, you don't want to also like overwhelm your stream, right? You still want to keep it on a balance.
Yeah, that's another reason I kind of went to the gamer side was, well, because I liked playing video games anyway. So before I started DJing heavily on Twitch, I was always playing games, but it was the original broadcasting me in another stream was me and Mr. Inky. And he was one of the people from Hip Hop and Hot Wings that he would do Marbles and Hot Wings and then restream me and Booters at the same time. But it was kind of me and him that started that whole thing. And then it wasn't till meeting Sacred Angel and she came in and then she started restreaming. Then I'm like, oh, I should probably just make this request command and do that kind of stuff just to make the bot work better. But yeah, it was the idea that they're playing games and they're going to be playing music in their stream anyway to keep people entertained. Why not use a DJ on Twitch to be the soundtrack?
Yeah.
I just felt it was a better way to go. You could listen to your playlist, but why not support somebody else and then push people over to that person at the same time, saying, oh yeah, if you like music, go follow them. Here's their link. So it's kind of win-win for both people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is. And I really like how you guys have brought that together with the music. And I think that's a big future that's going to have to happen a lot more with gamers and music. If can be to at least bridge the communities more as the world opens up and people start balancing out their Twitch in real life. Where do you guys see Twitch going in the future?
I think Twitch is kind of is behind the curve right now, because as soon as YouTube figures out how to offer us what Twitch has offered us, I think YouTube's going to take over. And that being, because the discoverability is the issue, right? There's no way right now on Twitch to be more discoverable unless you're doing a hot tub stream. You'll get found. But
so that's what I need to do. Got it.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. DJ from a hot tub with Angel in the background, and I guarantee you 500 viewers, easy.
Yeah,
not even trying. And now I just put that in your head. I just invite me to the party. All right.
But you know that those streams don't get more money than you guys, because most of it is those underage teens that aren't having no money. I can't get the porn anymore.
I would love to agree with you, but I have to disagree with you, because remember the big streamer I told you that I used to mod for, and that's how this whole thing happened? Like, they've pivoted to full-time, like the female version or the female half of their duo is full-time e-girl now. on Twitch, and dude, the money is unreal. Like, what? Like, I wish, like, if I could, I would. But but seriously, like, so there's always been this, hey, like, people, when the conversation comes up, it's always like, oh, those people wouldn't have been watching you doing your stream anyway. Like, not true, because there's so many people over there on different hot tub streamers now, right? Like, it's what Vinyl was talking about. If there's something there, oh, you get sucked into it.
Yep.
And so, just because you're saying, oh, like, I don't have a problem with them, but like, I don't want it on my gaming platform, like, the reality is sex sells. And you're like, oh, I could watch this dude playing a playthrough of Dark Souls, perfect, or I could watch this person who's attractive in a hot tub. And you get distracted, you get sidetracked, you get pulled into it, and then you're like, I've been watching this for 4 hours. What? So,
True.
like, I do think there's a lot of bleed over. There's a lot of bleed over that nobody wants to talk about. Because here's the thing, like, nobody has any issue with the fact that, hey, you've monetized it, you're empowering yourself. Go nuts. Have fun. This is awesome. It just sucks having to try to be better than the next gamer, and then also better than the hot tub streamer, because that's super hard. That is a level that is super hard to get up to. Vinyl's stream, I still to this day don't understand how he's not already verified and just
I am. Have you not seen my purple check mark?
I love you for that.
Tiki, even you have one.
I know.
I mean, we're all partners on the channel.
Everybody is.
And that's kind of the disparity that I'm talking about, though. Is like, man, not only do you have to be better than every other DJ who already had a following before they went to Twitch now, because big name DJs are now on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do you have to be better than what they're doing, you got to be better than the hot tub streamer that was on the front page. And that's hard. That's a hard bar to get. I mean, it's pushing us to be the best versions of ourselves, which is, I guess, to be, arguably awesome. But man, that is a bar. It's a bar.
Yeah. I mean, if my mod talks ever fall back, I could always do a sex stream. I've got a pool in my storage unit. Just, find a place I can put that, pump it up, sit in the center, right? With my my sex phone operator. Just, oh boys, what are we gonna talk about today? Oh God.
Well, Vinyl and I are gonna start making a pizza stream.
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
We're just gonna save up, and then once every 3 months or something, we're gonna go to a place that has the best quote unquote pizza, and stream it. It's gonna be fantastic.
I was actually looking at some gear to do mobile streams. But,
keep me posted on that, because
they make that little box. It's just a little box that has the HDMI input, and then it has a couple USB ports and a LAN line or a LAN wire. But how it works is you can link double cell phones to it, so you can split the bandwidth among two different providers, so you get better quality. So then you can stream like full HD quality over a phone, which is. But then you still have the HDMI input, so you can. I've just, because I'm really big on camera switchers and stuff like that, I'm trying to find a cheap way of doing a OBS build that outputs to the HDMI into this little box. Or making a mobile. Like, I could probably code it into Node-RED and make. I wonder if you could get OBS onto like a little Raspberry Pi or something. Yeah. And then build a capture card onto it so that you could plug in, a couple front-facing camera, like do like those old was that on MTV, those old ghost shows where they had the camera vest, like the vest, they had the front, they had the chest camera, then they had the little arm that came back, and you could see them like with the IR just like breathing heavy, like, I'm so scared right now. But just have one of those to where that's how that's how Justin TV started. That Justin guy actually made a mobile streaming backpack, and he would take it to like all these little expos and stuff, and just walk around and talk to people.
Well, now
Hey,
they're
I
like
thought about when the
$1,300.
world opens up, taking this on the road, right? Every once in a while, just take a trip and come visit one of you guys.
Hell
Once a
yeah.
month, go out and just like visit a streamer and actually do an in-person like interview and a download of how to, you know.
Be sick. I'm super into it, man. I'm super. Like, by the way, speaking of ghosts, we need to do another Phasmophobia stream.
Yeah, we need to get
Yo,
Booters in
so
on that.
Oh my god, watch the Booters freak out and then me freak out. Oh,
He
man.
needs to actually just suck it up and do a game stream where he streams Phasmophobia like once a month or whenever there's an update or something, because
Stop
his
trying to
reactions
convince
just
him. He's trying to convince me to do it with him, and I'm gonna shit my pants. And everybody's
Oh,
trying to convince me to play that. And I don't know.
That's the content people are here for.
I
you
know.
could do it right in this where you get Booters and you,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you get some people that like the game like me or Tiki, that, and then we just all kind of play it. We do a quad group, and but we send like, what I don't like about that game is that once you die, you're done.
Yeah, it
gotta
got
wait.
long in the tooth when we were playing the school, and then I was dead for like 45 minutes, just kind of walking around.
Yeah.
Then
So
you're gonna be the commentator, right?
yeah, I wish it was. I wish there was more scare tactic in it than immediate death. Like
Mhm.
I wish you didn't die immediately, because the content, like I feel like after you die, all right, the content for that person's over.
Mhm.
Like you're not gonna be scared after you're dead.
Nope.
So
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
like if
I mean, they need to do something the way Jackbox does with the hotel murder mystery party. It's like you're dead, but you're still playing. Like you're still in the game.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
and
or
then they give
or
you
if,
that one last chance to take the gold and
Yeah,
survive
the
it.
soul at the end. Yeah.
like if it was like any of the FPS games where, like on the battle royale part, where you're downed and then your teammates can revive you. Like if there was a way
Yeah.
that they could down you and you're just stuck in this, like in the darkness, kind of crawling around,
Mhm.
and you can't move much, and then your
Mhm.
teammates have to go in and extract you, and like as you're carrying them out or something, you have like half walk speed or something, so you're trying to get out, and like once two people are downed, then you have to send in a third, so you could send everybody in like one at a time just to,
We need to like contact the devs with some feedback.
yeah, because a downed feature would be so much better.
So
Because
much
then,
better.
yeah,
And then all the players are conceivably at this one spot trying to revive somebody, and then now the ghost has one target.
yeah, and that's when, okay, game over. The ghost
Right?
just
Oh.
got all of you.
Yep.
But yeah,
I
that'd be a
just
better, just because then you could still be scaring them as they're extracted, because if it's Booters, me, Cassie, and Tiki,
uh-huh.
and we're like, all right, Booters, you got to go in there because this ghost only like talks to one person. So then
Mhm.
he's in there. We're all in the van watching on the little feedback camera,
Mhm.
and all of a sudden Booters is down, and it's like, all right, who's gonna go get him?
Right.
Cassie.
me.
Cassie's like, fuck that, I'm not going in. I'm like, all right, guys, I'll go in, and then all of a sudden I'm down, and now it's between Tiki and Cassie. Who's going in to save the team? Who are we pulling out first? Like you got
I'm
noises
mad
in your ear.
you point at me. Okay.
It's like, or both
This little
of
brown
you have
duck.
to come in now and revive both of us and drag us all out.
Oh my god,
You know.
dude. Yes. Yes.
Ugh.
So
I've
you're in there.
watched
Dude, I still watch that clip
streams
of
with that
me like
game.
trying to get that stupid camera to sit down on the table, and it just kept like throwing it on the floor. I'm like, no, what the? And then
Well,
all of
there's
a
the
sudden the
set.
ghost is next.
There's two buttons. There's a set down button, and there's the. They don't really make that very clear, but there's one button that sets it down, the other button that throws the thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or drops it, or when you drop it, it kind of flings it. When the other one's just set down. So.
Mhm.
But yeah, if they did a thing where you're just laying on the ground and you can move your head, you can look around, but you can't interact with anything.
Mhm.
Then your flashlight's still in there on the ground, so now your teammate needs to come in with half inventory so he can pick up your flashlight, or else you're out of flashlight because it's just in there on the ground. You can't hold anything. You're just kind of paralyzed while your
If we could
teammates.
just be in like game devs, that'd be great.
Yep.
Yeah, let's.
It's just
All
a
right,
game
guys,
company.
clip this entire section. Send it to the devs of Phasmophobia. Let them know.
Yep.
There you
Big
go.
facts.
There you go.
Because
All right,
dying.
Casey, I got a jet. I got some things I gotta get taken care of today.
No
I've
problem.
had fun for this last 2.5 hours. It's been great.
Don't forget to check out Meagle's stream to get that other story.
I
next.
will, because I'm invested. I need Vinyl. You need to ask them about this other story.
What other story?
Oh, he missed the first one.
Wait, you got to tell them the first story. You got to retell the story. Now there's more people here now. You have to tell
There
that
are
story.
other people here, but
See, now I've dropped the breadcrumbs. Now people want to know. Now people want to know. Now people want to know.
And Meagle's laughing at you.
All right, kids, it's been fun. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for stopping
Well,
in,
I'm gonna hit you up
Tiki.
later.
Guys, if you haven't checked him out or sent him that follow, send him a follow at the Tiki Gone Wild and catch me sometimes with him. If not me, he is always hosting with a bunch of good community members that are all great to follow at that link tree. Those are some of the people that you may end up seeing, including myself, Booters, that you've already met on one of my past streams, and Tiki, and they call me Snow, who's been in chat today. So please don't miss out. Trust me, it's always a wild time, and Jackbox with him is fun as heck.
All right, thank you so much. That was great. That was a great little soundbite there. I need to keep that. All right, catch you guys later.
Catch you later. So so with Vinyl, real quick, with your bot, how hard was it initially to make that bot, or was it just you got it from someone else? You said
No. So
what's been your favorite command you've made?
So the bot's just basically Mirc, MIRC, which is an old program for IRC chat, and it lets you put scripts into it. So the scripts are all just basic coding, pretty simple to get into if you know
If you're
anything.
better at the coding.
Well, if you know anything about, or for me, it's mostly I can see patterns really easily. So when I look at another script, I can kind of see, oh, this is how this is working. This is how that's working. So the IRC days. So and all these chats on all these platforms usually run IRC or have that as a base. Like Twitch has gone a little further with it, but it's all in the background. It's basically IRC. So to take an IRC bot and put it into Twitch, and then the commands, it's all pretty basic. There's not much to it. The favorite command, I actually like the bad joke ones and the Jeselnik, because Anthony Jeselnik's probably one of my favorite comedians. And then there's a couple others that the commands only work in specific channels, so I'm not at liberty to say what they are, but they're basically modifications of the bad joke, just a little different. But there's some pretty good ones that if you go to those streams and you know the command and you type it, it's
pretty raunchy some of the times, and I've got a joke. Never mind, it's too terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm real quick, I'm gonna give a
big hef nose
to DJ Norm. Thank you very much for the subscription for 6 months, love. Mwah. I love you. And a gifted tier 1 to Golden Artist. Love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, I was trying to think. Yeah, Big Hef probably knows the command. It only works, I think, in Goose's channel. But yeah.
Which one, Big Hef? Now I'm curious. I go over there occasionally. Oh, it doesn't work in Falls?
It doesn't work anywhere else. If you type it anywhere else, it'll say, I don't think those jokes are appropriate here. And then it just leaves it at that. But there is a couple places where the joke does work.
That's great.
Yeah.
And with your bot that you've made, because I know on your Discord you have some of the commands. Do you actually keep that updated now that it's growing, or do you just keep it to those basic ones?
I try not to add too many commands to the bot on that end, because the bot runs in 2 parts. Anything that's global is on Mirc, MIRC, and anything that's my chat specific or built to control something is built in Node-RED, which so I can have the bot up And the problem here is back home I would leave my computer just on 24/7. Here I have it because I don't have a separate room. Like the computer's set up in a bedroom, so it goes to sleep at night so that the screens aren't on, so that all the lights in. Where before it was set up in a studio where I just leave everything on all the time, so the bot would always be running unless Windows didn't update or something and restarts the computer. Then I'd have to go turn the bot on again. But since the bot runs locally on the machine, I couldn't really keep shutting it down. And so here it turns off. So then everybody's like, oh, the bot's down again. It's like, I know, the computer went to sleep.
Sorry.
Yeah, not
So
much
do
I
you
can
have
do
to
about
remember
it.
to turn it, make sure that it's on before every person that streams that uses it now?
That's part of the problem is the bot is usually on. It's just since my computer goes to sleep, it stops working.
So
As
it's just
soon
every
as
morning, make sure they re-add it pretty much.
Well, no, it's not running. The computer's off. So unless I'm
Oh.
home to turn the computer back on because it goes to sleep, and every time I change the power settings, so it just turns off the screens. For some reason, it'll still go to sleep. I don't know if it's a
Oh, that's
Windows
weird.
problem. Yeah, so I set the screens to turn off after 5 minutes, but then for some reason after 20 minutes, it just goes to sleep again.
Alrighty.
I don't know why.
Hey, well, your bot's still a magical thing, and we have fun with it in every chat that I get to. And that was another reason why I wanted you and Tiki to be able to come on, especially at the same time, is to show that, bringing together the gaming side, because you've done very well with that with music and gaming sides, rating each other, and it's still continuing. And, some people try and say that if you rate a gamer, it's going to end the vibes, right? But it really doesn't. It doesn't have to if you've built that community together, right?
Yeah, so with the gaming side, as long as, because a lot of the gamers listen to the same music that the people are playing anyway. So if you go, like if I go to Grenader Jake's stream, he's going to be playing some alternative punk rock type stuff from the 90s. So if I was doing a throwback set that was all alternative rock, I could raid into him and it'd be the same music, the same style of music would be playing. So you can find gamers like Sacred Angel, she's going to be playing some EDM of some sort 90% of the time. So you could raid in there. Clax, I don't know what Canadians listen to these days, but you could go to Clax. Or a lot of times if gamers were streaming other DJs and you raid to that streamer, they're going to find another DJ. So they could look for someone else new, and then you're, instead of trying to find somebody last minute, like, oh, who are we going to raid, and you don't know them, they might know somebody online that you could raid into. So if you raid into them, they're going to push them out to that other DJ and say, oh, we're going to listen to this guy. So kind of builds or like if you were streaming, raid over to you, and then you find somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
and
a way
for
of,
me, so I don't have to worry about the DMCA. I don't do like that music background, and I'm promoting the streamers. I just kind of show people what second tab, since most of the people that watch me have the double tab availability.
Well, with the DMCA thing, what a lot of people like, I play music all the time. Just it's not in my VOD because with OBS there is a way to cut out to send multi-tracks in. So you have your live output and your regular or your VOD output. So as long as you don't have the music in your VOD, you're usually fine. And most of the time, the Twitch bot catches, or the algorithm on Twitch catches the copyright music and mutes it anyway. So you usually don't have to worry. Like I've never gotten a DMCA strike.
Yeah, but you also have your VODs off though, so
yeah. Well, my VODs are on. All my VODs are recorded. It's just there's no music in my VOD.
Oh. So they can just see the visual.
Yeah, it's actually in my VOD. Like you can hear me on the mic, you can hear me talking, interacting. All of that is still there. It's just an audio loop and Tiki Gone Wild saying, if you want to hear the original audio, go to mixcloud.com/IamVinyl.
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah, so and it just loops the entire length of the show. So people go in, they're like, what the hell is this? But if I wanted to get a clip of me, saying something stupid while I'm wasted, then I can
You
go
can
in, I
click
can
it.
clip that, and yeah, the music's not there.
That's cool. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
always noticed like your clips were turned off and everything, and I wasn't able to get those and
they
whatnot.
should be all turned back on.
Okay.
I thought I re-enabled everything after I got the audio parsed. But
All right. Maybe I just didn't notice that transition when you did that because you had them on and then you had them off and then you had them on again. So I was like, which one is it today? But I know that's been a lot of DJs because they're trying to figure out. So, hey, if anybody was able to, if they had questions about that, because I don't know particularly
it's
like
um
what's the best way to explain it, or do you have a YouTube link that would explain it that I could drop in chat real quick
so
to
how it
explain it to
works,
them?
it's built right into OBS. So see if we can turn this a little more instead of doing screen share and being all fancy like. So right in your settings on OBS, you'd click down to your audio. No, output. Okay, so the second thing in here, you're gonna have your audio track and then you have your Twitch VOD track. So they're two separate entities. So as long as you understand the routing sections of like your different tracks, track 1. So I just set my audio track that they're going to hear in the stream is track 1, the VOD track is track 2. So then you just go in all your devices. So
Let me
let me
make
pull.
you larger. Wrong person.
I could probably pull up a screen share section. I've been going through my OBS trying to make it different. But yeah, so it's audio track and Twitch VOD track. So anything you want to send to one, let's see if I can add an audio source to this quick. No. All right, I got to close this out fast. Let me sources, add audio. Okay. Okay. All right, so now I got an audio track. I don't know if you guys can see this over here. So, can you still hear me, Crazy Cassie? Hello? Am I the only one here?
It's because I'm down here. Yes, we can
Oh,
hear you. I had
okay.
to remove myself, so
So,
you're like main screen right now.
gotcha. So in your settings here, you can send your audio captures. So you can see here, I got the GoPro and I got an audio input capture. So if you scroll over, you can decide what tracks they're going to send to. So as long as you check whichever tracks and route them whichever way. So if I want it to be heard on the Twitch live, I'm going to make sure I select track 1. If I want it heard in the VOD, I select track 2. So with the music, I would uncheck track 2 and then boom, no more music on the VOD because the music's only being sent to track 1, not track 2. So that's the basic
There we go.
way of doing it. OBS implemented that in December. After all the DMCA problems, Twitch actually talked to the creators of OBS and they worked it out to make 2-track encoding. So you got your
That's
live
pretty
track.
cool.
But people kept screaming about DMCA and that kind of stuff. They didn't read. Like it was
The
a big
fine
thing
print.
on Twitter. Like they said, "Hey guys, we incorporated this. This should help with the DMCA." But then for the next 2 months, people are still, "Oh, you're playing music. You're gonna get DMCA." It's like,
I think
no.
that got hidden under the brush because they wanted to scare more people than anything. Because I didn't even hear about
I
that
think it was
through
more.
anybody.
Well, it was more. It wasn't Twitch trying to scare people. It was people trying to scare people.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just the mob mentality that everyone got freaked out and they were going on and they were just trying to. Well, yep, you're gonna get DMCA'd. You're gonna get DMCA'd. Yep, keep doing it. You'll get DMCA'd. Just scare tactics with the mob mentality. Twitch and OBS were like, oh nope, implemented this, pushed it out, but that feature's not available on slobs. So if you're using slobs, not going to be there.
Right. So CYOBS, straight OBS.
OBS, because the difference is slob takes about a year to implement new features into it that comes out stock on OBS immediately, or like the new features in the beta version of a link to explain it. Just I can probably find something on YouTube fast. YouTube.
You might have to send it to me because I might have my things off, or I can just.
I can put it in the DM in the private comments on this
Yep.
little app. So Twitch.
Hey, 100% Mexican. Good to see you again. Welcome back. Love, love, love you. We're just getting a few tips and tricks from I Am Vinyl here. And
So
again,
there's a YouTube link. That's the first one that pops up. It looks pretty simple.
there you guys go. I dropped it in chat to do the whole splitting of your music versus audio and video through OBS. If you just joined in while we're chit-chatting, a link that can give you a quick, simple lowdown right there of what he just went over. And if you want to kind of have his chit-chat on the side of it, this video, since I have no music, it's automatically uploaded and I don't do any editing. So you get all my blooper reels and all. Ain't that wonderful? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I just want to go through this. And Vinyl, since you do all of yours, normally I like promoting, those streamers that don't do the techie stuff to
Mm-hmm.
have a mod that can help them with that techie stuff. But you like doing that techie stuff for yourself, right? And we kind of just do the shout outs and, mess around with your commands. What's something that you really enjoy with your mods, being one of the techie people that handles the back end?
So like when I started on Twitch, I just modded everybody. So I never really cared. And a lot of times, like when I started building my commands, I was like, well, I want to make some of this mod only. And then I kind of reverted back and made it so anyone, because I didn't want to single people out. Yeah, so, and then I got in trouble. A lot of people were like, hey, you got to stop modding people because this is going to get out of control. So that's when I took away pretty much all my mods except for a handful and changed my sub badges to swords just to, well, because the original idea, they're like, hey, it looks really bad when you go to a chat and it's just everybody with a bunch of swords. Like, it just doesn't look good. And I'm like, okay, I'll get rid of them. And then my I'll show them. I made a sub badge where everybody gets swords.
I love that.
Just because I don't really care. Like if the meta is, yeah, it doesn't look good when you have a room full of all mods chatting.
Let's make everybody.
Yeah. So what? So why?
They want to limit me on my mods? No way.
Well, and then they limit like the VIP. You can only have so many VIPs. So yeah. But I never really cared. Like I don't take it too seriously. And then with like the mod, like I get the whole like mods are there to help out, but I don't really have many trolls. And if I do, I usually take care of them. Usually it's some guy like coming in saying something like my name. My nickname Vinyl came from my rave days, like late 90s. My AOL handle was Vinyl Beat Junkie. So then when I went to all these parties, people just called me Vinyl. So the name kind of just stuck. And then trying to get the username across all platforms, I just had to change it to I Am Vinyl to get the continuity of, owning the website iamvinyl.com and owning. The only one I couldn't get was Twitch, or not Twitch, Twitter. So since I was trying to do that, and then people come in, they're like more like I am Serato, and it's like, yeah, so what's the problem? So I just banned those people because I'm like, I don't want to fucking talk to that guy. like coming in with a comment like that. So I think that was the last person I banned, was just somebody that came in and said, I am Vinyl, question mark? More like I am Serato. It's, yeah. Apparently you didn't ask how I got my name. You just
True.
assume that because like I'm not a record. Or people say, well, like, what's your name mean? I'm like, vinyl, like the siding, you know. I don't really
Yeah.
incorporate it with records. But yeah, just my trolls, I don't really get many. So the whole mod thing, there's not really much to do in my channel, I don't think anyway. I try to make it open for everybody. I'd rather have everybody doing stuff.
You are
So
great with that and being inclusive. But yeah, no, because there are some people like viewers that come in and feel overwhelmed when they see a whole bunch of swords. Like they're like, oh, I don't know if I should be here. But you know, it does show, because I do have a few streamers that like pass that sword out to everybody, right?
mhm.
And then a few of them that have since taken it away and realized, oh shoot, they're like messing. But like your bot's different. It's you don't have stream elements. You don't have a bot to be messed with for you to have a problem modding
Yeah.
everybody, right?
Yeah, my bot,
Versus,
nothing can be added without me. Like Stream Elements bot is in my chat, and it's built into the Iron Vinyl bot, so you could add commands in Stream Elements, but I usually go through and clear everything because I'd rather have control of it on my
yeah,
end. So most of the commands that are Stream Elements commands, like if you did a Stream Elements add command, whatever the command is, I don't know, and make it, it'll work for a while until I find it and I'm like, oh, why is that in there? Delete. So
right.
I mainly use Stream Elements commands for specific, like the donation link and like sub
Watch
goal.
time,
Yeah,
uptime.
stuff like that, like the follow age, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But
So I mean, you have less of a problem having everybody versus other people that use those bots that maybe haven't necessarily learned to turn that to editor only or
yeah,
broadcaster only, and only the people that have their stream elements keys be able to do
I've
that.
honestly I've not really messed with Stream Elements bot to know much. I don't know what it's set to. Never really went in there. Never did
Yep.
anything to it. It's probably running completely stock. I've just added a couple commands that were easier for me to edit in Stream
Mhm.
Elements than to go make a command, because with my bot most of the commands work globally across all channels. So I didn't want,
Mhm.
if somebody types !donate, I didn't want my bot being like, hey, and then drop my tip link in Booter's channel, so people are tipping me while Booter's is live. So I try to keep anything that I want specific for my channel, like links like that, like anything that incorporates revenue services. I try to use Stream Elements just so that it doesn't, kind of go into other people's streams and drop that
Right.
stuff. So that's where I find that bot handy.
Have you ever found a command that, say, one of your mods had added in stream elements when they're trying to see that you liked and you like modified?
I don't think I've ever had people add commands into my Stream Elements.
You think they just did?
I think
You
there's
got a
just too
good
much,
bot,
there's
so
too much other stuff going on in my channel for people to,
think of it.
or to mess with. I don't think there's really much to mess with the bot. Like I try to keep enough stuff in there to keep people occupied. Or like a lot of times what I've been doing lately is I try to take every comment everybody says and incorporate a song to that comment.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say, like, I started playing a Cypress Hill song the other day, and then somebody said, "Hell yeah, jump around," because they thought it was jump around for a second, and then once it went into the song, they were they were like, "Oh wait, this isn't jump around," but then I'm immediately already bringing in jump around, and then I try to find something somebody says and just play stupid, like, "Oh, I thought that was a request."
Yep.
So I try to keep the ADD people happy.
Oh, and you do. I'm one of those big ADD people or ADHD people that always came to your stream like, "Ooh, what else can we do today? What's the next thing?"
Yep. A lot of times I just try to play really dumb in my stream and just kind of I don't because I'm getting drunk and I'm just
Your shot bot has a
no
lot to do with that.
yeah.
You doomed yourself the day that you let Goose say double.
Well, the shot bot or the shot command on the bot is actually still broken. So it used to have a cooldown, and for some reason the cooldown stopped working, and I don't know why.
I know
So
one time that you were drunk, you tried to turn it off during stream.
I can kill the shot command at any time. But there used to be a 9-minute cooldown. So and then the variable chance of it getting a positive result is so limited, because if you sit there and keep typing shots, you're going to get a lot more negatives than positives. So with a 9-minute cooldown and the likelihood of it being a positive result, it weighted out, the weight scale on it was pretty good, and I wouldn't get too drunk. But then when the cooldown broke and it wasn't working every 9 minutes, and I don't know if it was because it works globally, so if the 9 minutes, like if somebody else used the command somewhere else, like if it was incorporating that, like I don't know if it's maybe the problem with the cooldown is it's not a per stream. What I should make is a global shot command
That
where
sends
it
it to
works.
all the streams.
Yeah, so it would work like the request, where it would just message all streams and say this person requested shots in this channel, and
Ooh.
time for everyone to do shots. So if you had, because then you could have a global community getting drunk together doing shots.
Oh god, that would be awesome. Like when you're streaming and Fall Right and Sacred and Tiki, the whole freaking crew's on.
Yeah,
and,
everybody's like, well, shit, we all have to do a shot now.
They'd be stopping and going, damn you, Vinyl. All right, let's go.
Global shot time. Yeah.
That would be awesome. I wonder if we could get a Twitch-wide global shot going at some point, get your Vinyl bot everywhere and get that one shot going, and like across like 50, 60 streams all at once. That would be a global shot.
That's when you try to sneak somebody from Nightbot or one of the bots that's way bigger. You try to say, hey, you should mess up for a day and make this command global so it works across everything.
Right?
Yeah, if you pay somebody out, that's how you make that happen. Or you could just make my bot just scrub for chat rooms, so every time it hits every time it sees a username, it joins that chat. So anytime, so then it just networks itself by watching the channels. So
just tag it to me. I go to enough of them. You could,
Well, no, you just make it so anytime. So in a chat, it sees all these join, leave, part commands.
Yeah.
So I can see like when people come in, when they leave. So I could just take all those. So anytime it sees a username join the channel, it just joins their channel too, and just keeps spreading. So it'd be like a virus.
God, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think it would get banned really quick if I did that.
Yeah, it might be. Might.
I don't. But that's how the original spy bot worked. Was it would just keep joining channels. So it was essentially in thousands and thousands of channels, but never say anything. It had a toggle, so it would be just completely silent and just watch for.
All right, if you guys would take a shot, if the Vinyl bot showed up in your stream and told you to take a shot because it was requested from somewhere, would you do that knowing that we've reached globally? Put a 1 in chat, or a shot if you do, and I'll take a shot if we get enough.
Oh, I'm not taking any shots.
I will. I didn't say you had to.
All right, so we're gonna
Golden Artist, Clax, Ahit, Hogni, losing it.
All right, so we'll have to fix the cooldown because that would get abused.
Big Hef, DJ Sweet Mix, Matoots DJ. All right, Vinyl. I don't know. I think we might have to figure out this.
Okay, I can make it.
DJ Norm on that. Yep. So that is one thing, though. You guys probably have heard me, I know, over the last recent weeks or since I started streaming talking about Vinyl's Chatbot, and I absolutely am in love with his channel. I love you all, but Vinyl is one that I really got to like. He let me ask him questions. Anytime I had a question, I'm like, yo, Vinyl, what about this? Yo, Vinyl, how about this? And he'd give me an explanation like he's done for you guys today. So he's been
Well,
a great year and always modifying everything.
well, and Big Hef could probably tell you. Like after church every week, I used to do Sunday school. It's just the name of it, but we would do just tutorials on OBS and teaching like tricks like the confetti, like shoot up, like how to do that manually without trigger fire or something like that. Like how to build that in OBS and make it go off remotely from your chat. So we were doing just stuff like that, and then I would kind of teach the small blocks that people could take the idea and build on it and come up with something new, because like a lot of my ideas come from other people's stuff where I see something and I'm like, oh, I could do that better, or
Mm-hmm.
I could do that different, or I could use like how we started today when I said you're basically just stealing snippets of code from other people. If you're taking something and putting your own twist on it, I feel like that's a good just a good direction to go. Like modify stuff.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
Sorry, I'm
And
trying to read the chat too. I'm really bad at that. Reading
oh,
the chat
no
and talking.
problem. Matut's just saying he'd be interested, and Golden Vinyl or Golden Artist was happy that you were her 50th follower or their
Aw.
50th follower. And thanks Curly for showing me Vinyl.
So we were doing Sunday school in Discord. So it wasn't ever recorded. There was just a group of us in Discord doing screen share and just talking and kind of building through it. So we'd have usually three of us and just teaching stuff. So I think the last time I did it, we built a command that would shut down a game. So if you're playing a game, so let's say you're playing Call of Duty, we just made a force quit Call of Duty command that would run. So it's just a little script. So if you're playing a game and somebody has enough channel points, they could trigger these channel points to just force quit your game instantly. So you have no control over it. You can't do anything to stop it. It's just a little program that the second that program runs, it just closes the game. So
Oof.
we built that for a couple people and set that up with Leorin board. So then it's a channel point, or a lot of people use it as a donation. So if somebody dropped $50, it would force quit their game. So if you're second place on Warzone on Call of Duty, and you're about to get that dub, somebody drops $50, and boom, your game just closes out. And I a lot of people thought that'd be funny, so I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's make it.
That's kind of like
But
the mute the mic in your stream and the lights off, kind of,
yeah,
where it just shuts you off.
or like the Rickroll command, or
Guys,
I
if
got
you're
Dance
ever
in
in
the Streets.
Vinyl's stream and you make it to the, what is it, at 30K now, or is it 50K?
I think that one's at 50, and then Dancing in the Street with David Bowie and Mick Jagger, where they almost make out. I think that one's 30.
Okay. Yeah, you can, if you hang out enough, you can end up Rick rolling everybody. Literally cuts the stream. It can be EDM, tempo Tuesday, throwback Thursday on a Wednesday, or in the middle of church Sunday. Doesn't matter. If you got the 50K, you drop it and boom, music, everything's gone, and you have now rickrolled everybody. It has happened a few times, and it's hilarious the reaction that you get from chat. And every time that happens.
The best part is I don't hear any of it. Like I see it go off, but for the recording purposes of the set, everything on my end is still going. Like the only people that see that are the viewers on Twitch. Like I don't see any of that. Nothing happens on my end. I still let the music play. I keep mixing just like normal, and nothing's affected the VOD, since there's no music in that anyway. The recording though for Mixcloud, there's no Rickroll in that. It's just the whole set. So that's So Big Hef mentioned the moderator stream kill. So we were talking about making it so if somebody got too drunk, you could make a kill switch for the stream, but it'd be too easy for one mod to do it. So I was thinking to do like a 3 mod or 4 mods would have to go in and each turn the key essentially. So, but make it so it has to be done in a certain number of seconds. So if they all didn't do it consecutively within like a 2-second window or something, so they all have to type it at the same time, like kill stream, kill stream, kill stream, and then it would actually kill the stream. So that would be another reason not to mod everybody, because
That would be.
yeah, if you have all mods in there all typing.
Yeah, careful of that.
But
At
yeah,
least
so
have one sober.
Golden Artist, if the mods are all drunk, the chances of having 3 mods drunk typing, kill stream consecutively within a 2-second window. Like, that's where you're setting. Yeah, it's like launching a nuke. Everybody turn their key, hit the button at the same time.
That would be a nice concept, because there have been a few, or even medical emergencies that have happened on Twitch. People fainting,
I remember
collapsing.
Me and Booters raided. Who was it? I don't remember who it was, but we raided somebody after Hip Hop and Hot Wings. And yeah, then we started dropping sub bombs and everything, and she started like breathing heavy and couldn't find her inhaler, and we thought we were gonna kill her. Like, oh my god, this is gonna be bad. But she found her inhaler eventually. Oof. But yeah, people started dropping bits. We had the whole hip hop. Yeah, Fuzzy Nurse or Nurse Fuzzy Wuzzy.
Oh, Nurse Fuzzy Wuzzy?
Yeah, we raided her.
Oh, no.
She was doing something, and yeah, and people just start going in, dropping subs, dropping sub bombs. Booters was on his phone. He drops like 1,000 bits, and then I dropped 1,000 bits, and yeah, there was like 3 raids at the same time though. And she starts crying, and we're like, oh, this is cute. And then she starts breathing heavy, and we're like, oh my god. We're like, no, find your inhaler. Everybody in chat's like cheering her on, like, you got this, you'll be okay. Just breathe. Yeah.
I've seen it happen to a few streamers that they do get overwhelmed sometimes with those raids, right? Like, give those hype trains a moment for them to get over the raid before you peak them, because there are some of these streamers that have anxiety. Let them calm from the raid before you start hype training. Oh, have a good one, Golden Artist. If you're out of here, I love you. And please go send our friend Golden Artist a follow. Please, amazing streamer and mod around the world, supporter of all. If you haven't followed, please send the Crazy Cassie love on over. And there were a few people that snuck in while we were just chit-chatting. Want to give him a quick shout out. Seeds of Life is starting streaming. He's been here for a little bit. Thank you very much for the follow. Let's see if I can say your name correctly, love. Oof. Let me get back to it. It was Gabsterita. Welcome in. And for that, you get a woo. Thanks for the follow. And also we had our lovely Golden Nose come in. He's a member of the Moist Music Collective. If you don't know him yet, amazing trans streamer. And he does it all with his nose. So go check him out if you haven't yet. Amazing a man, and the best golden smile you'll ever see on a stream. Please give some support and love to him. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription, Golden Nose. Love you, sweetheart. You get one of these. Ooh! Oh, yeah. Thanks. So, oh, no shushing. Golden Nose, you're amazing, and more people need to find you. You are a sweetheart, and you're a hidden in the rough. And get your name out there, and you deserve all the follows, love, for everything you do. And thank you for always supporting all of the Moist Music Collective and everybody else out in the community. Golden Nose, you're amazing, sweetheart. So what would be one piece of advice you could give new streamers or mods when coming into the behind the scenes side of streaming?
I don't know. So for new streamers coming in, I would say just build off what other people are kind of doing and put your own twist on it. Like you don't want to copy somebody entirely, but you don't want to not learn from other people. So you want to take what other people do and just kind of put your own spin on it, put your own personality on it. You can build stuff from scratch if you want, but I would say stuff has been tested enough on streams to see like what works and what doesn't. And I would say go with that. For like mods and people coming into the back end, I'd say just learn who you're modding for and like what they like, what their show is, and if you want to learn all the things you can. Don't stop learning. No one's ever done learning things. Like if like whether it's just building your own overlays, stuff like that. I would, as a DJ and somewhat of an artist, I guess, I would say don't go in and just try to spend money to make it. You need to learn the things. You can't just go to whatever those sites are that sells like the whole stream package deal with all the overlays and all the little stuff. You don't want to do that. You want to learn how all the stuff works, because that's when you can put your own twist on things and kind of make stuff different. And that what is that? That's what keeps stuff moving forward, I guess. There's a word for that. Making progress. Yeah.
Always taking one step forward.
Yeah, there's
progression.
Yeah, forward progression. That's what we want.
There we go.
So
I was trying with you, that brainstorm going somewhere.
But that's like in the DJ world, that's like been a huge thing. We had records, and then we got CDJs, and then people wanted the records. Now we got Rain turntables and then you got phase little controllers, these little tiny things. So that forward progression, everything keeps improving. You don't want to just sit there and not learn things. So as a DJ, I get it. There's like most people coming in because of COVID were just trying to find an outlet because they were used to a specific income every weekend, and then that was taken from them. Same thing with bartenders and people like that. Everybody lost a lot, and there wasn't, especially with the DJ world, you didn't have those pay stubs to kind of prove that you were making this income. So at least a bartender would have somewhat of a pay stub. So when it came to unemployment, it's like, all right, well, I was making this and these tips were claimed on taxes, so you're going to get some back. But a lot of DJs, unless you're doing everything by the books, which a lot of people don't, they just kind of cash in hand and hustle. And when COVID hit, that hustle was gone. You couldn't do it. So they came in, and there was never a need to really know like much about streaming or live broadcasting. So I at least came from a field of going to school for broadcasting, and that's what I wanted to do, was the production value in that. I never really cared that much about DJing. Like I did it for a long time and I was okay at it, but I cared more about the production, where like Booters even came to some events we did for like at the NASCAR fields and stuff, and I was spending more time building light shows doing that, and then Booters, you DJ. I got all this other stuff I'm doing. So I do like a small show here or there, but I was more concerned about the production, and that's so when it came to DJing, that in my stream anyway, the DJing was the background of it. The main part of my show, at least in my old studio, was the production of it. Yeah. The interactiveness, that was what I enjoyed about it. I could care less what I was playing most of the time. there wasn't really much
Hey,
to
but you
that.
got the smoothest transitions out there, man. You can go from some
This
old school to new school and back again
it's
and swap genres so easily.
it's just practice though, and doing it for
Yeah.
it's like riding a bike. Any DJ that's been in a long time, like you can mix two songs together at the same tempo pretty
Hmm.
easily. It's not hard. And especially now they have like sync features and stuff. So,
Yeah.
and a lot of times, yeah, when you get too drunk, just turn that sync feature on. It works. It'll sync the tempo for you. You'll be all right. That's
Keep going.
that's a drunk button. I'm too drunk. Click, and then yeah, then you're just lining up phases. But
You know,
yeah,
half the job done. I
yeah.
did see Seeds of Life had a quick thing. Were you guys very nervous before your first stream? I'm starting out soon, organizing my team and preparing a schedule, but the second you go live, I feel it's an entire different story. How is it for you guys?
Um. Well, so my original first stream, like because I was doing it for so long with Justin TV and the original. So back in the day, uh, how broadcasting online started for a lot of people was in AOL chat rooms or Yahoo chat rooms. There was the little talk feature. They started incorporating that, and then there were these little programs called mic lockers. So you'd click on the mic button and you click the mic locker, and then you held the mic the entire time. So then you just route your sound card and you could DJ into your computer and it'd be played in that chat room. So there was a lot of chats that were just people DJing, and then there was like free for all chats where you'd sit there clicking that mic lock button and hopefully you could get it. So you just keep spamming that thing, and the second the DJ's about to end and they'd say, "Yeah, we're about to end," you just sit there spamming that button. So hopefully you could get it and not somebody else. So you'd try to get it, and then once you had it, it was yours until your program unclicked it. So a lot of DJs went that way, and then Shoutcast came out, and that ran through Winamp and a couple other programs. But you could live stream on Shoutcast, but then you didn't have the audience of the chat room on Yahoo or whatever. So you'd have to actually network and have people to go in. So when Shoutcast then incorporated video, you could stream a webcam using FFmpeg or something like that, some program. It was kind of like early OBS, but you could stream a webcam in. So one night I was playing with that and I put a webcam up and my friend was sitting there and I put him up and I put a little text down the bottom and called it the West Show. And I put him up on cam and he was just sitting there hanging out. And you couldn't tell if people were watching you. You could see the little viewer count going up, but there was no chat or anything like that. So I was like, we need a way to interact. So I just put his phone number up on the screen, his cell phone number, and he got a phone call, and it was some guy like, "Hey, is this Wes?" And he's like, "Who's this?" He's like, "I'm watching you right now." And Wes was just so creeped out, and he's like, "What'd you do?" I'm like, "I put your phone number up on here. I want to see if people are watching, like actually watching you, or just." So then this guy's just talking to him. So we just kept that going. So people call, and he's like, "Oh, I'm getting another caller." So he'd hang up on that guy. So he's just getting like stoned and talking to these people, and this was like 2006, maybe 2007. This was like before any of these streaming sites were. But yeah, we were just doing phone calls on Shoutcast. So then Justin TV and Stickam and a bunch of those sites started coming out. So it just kind of took off from there. So my streaming days, I was doing live casting stuff, just hanging out, drinking, talking to people, just chatting streams. I didn't really DJ on stream much. And then when Justin TV went down and went to Twitch and was all gaming, I just kind of got out of it more. But yeah, then when people started DJing and doing that more on Twitch, and after when I got tired of going to the bar every weekend, was like, man, I'd rather just chill in my basement. And then
Mhm.
Facebook live streaming. So we started, me and Booters and another DJ, we started live streaming on Facebook.
Mhm.
And the fact that they would always cut you. I was like, Twitch is way better, and they're like, well, we don't have the fans on Twitch. I'm like, but you'll get them eventually. So we just need to move everything to Twitch. So we were streaming on Twitch, and then after about a year of that, getting 2 or 3 people hanging out and eating hot wings once in a while, and then COVID hit, and then it was like this whole flood of tons of DJs on Twitch, and then it kind of took off more from there.
Yeah.
So, but we've kept it pretty much the same. Like we haven't changed that much. Like the hip hop and hot wings stayed. We just slowly made improvements. Anything that was coming into the stream, we were putting back into the stream because we were all still working. I don't think me or Booters were like off on. I think we were working all through COVID, so we were still doing all right. So we were just investing in the stream and building the production value of it.
Yeah, and I've loved what you guys have done with it and the idea bounce house that we've all been able to do with a few things, and that I've been able to put a few in. And thank you for making my sing command better than I thought.
Oh, you're welcome.
I love that sing command.
I actually the original idea of the sing command, I wanted to put the lyrics. You know, like you see those videos where the lyrics like are popping up and like rotating and going out the side. Like I wanted to come up with a way to code lyrics in somehow, like live on screen. Like it's still an idea. Like I have a whole, I don't know if you know anything about Trello, like a Trello board. So I have a Trello board of just modifications and stuff that a couple people were in, but it just has like our progress of different things that we're working on in our stuff. But that was in here somewhere. There was something for the sing command so that the lyrics would come on the screen somehow.
That'll be even better. Oof. All right, and I do got to ask you, since this you'll actually listen to, that Kryptonite version that you played yesterday. Oh my goodness, I love it, and I don't have that one.
It's a Block. I think it's Block and Crown.
Block and Crown.
Yeah.
Oh, anybody here that knows me knows that I am obsessed with Kryptonite, and I collect versions of it. So
yep, Block and Crown with Paul Parsons, Kryptonite.
With Paul Parsons?
Yeah.
That was a good one. I loved it.
That's the one I usually play. If I don't play the original, that's the only other one I play.
Yeah, I had found a different one that I had sent over to Booters, and Booters plays that on EDM Monday, and I love it. Real quick, we did have a couple of friends come in. Andrew Fatch, please, if you guys didn't see that shout out, please give them some love. They just, thank you very much for those 500 biddies. I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm going to give you a nose twirl. And, why girls don't get dangly things. We love you. And also, if you guys can please give some love to Turbolicious, another member of the Seattle Sunday Stream, and the Therapy Wednesday Raid Trains, which you can find all of those links in my socials, and I've kind of thrown them out here and there throughout today's stream. Thank you very much, 100% Mexican. Yes, today is my affiliation celebration. Just reached it. Today's my 8th stream, and we're going to keep going, trying to get you guys more information. Today was what can we learn from each other, and we had Tiki Gone Wild on with us earlier, and then we're just wrapping up with Vinyl. Probably only going to go for another about 10 minutes, and then we're going to raid over into Rich Green, who is the current stop on the Seattle Sunday Stream, which you can find our lineup here at this link tree. And we update it weekly. So other than that, if anybody has any further questions for us while we're chatting up and finishing this up, feel free to drop it in chat. We're only going to be about another 10 minutes before we raid over. Alrighty. Oh, nice. Have fun, Turbolicious. Love you, sweetheart. See you later. But we just wanted to have this talk today to try and get some more help out to you guys that are new streamers, and some more thoughts on where streamers are versus mods are, and on the behind the scenes. So we've gotten to dive in a little bit about favorite commands with Vinyl. His bot a tiny bit. Oh, you Ha, I can't hear it. I can't hear it. Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah. Did I tell you that during my son's okay? So fun thing, real quick, you're gonna sidetrack me because this Rickroll is on my mind. My son, youngest one, graduated fifth grade this year, right? And they did an online Zoom meeting for their virtual graduation. Um, with their virtual graduation. And they were each told to create a video, right?
I had to put on a hoodie.
Oh, no problem. Is it Tiki's moist one?
No, it's Assholes Live Forever.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So they were each told to like create a video of like what they're going to miss about their school and stuff like that, right? What they've learned from online this year or in school and COVID and just the difference, right? Because they're going to middle school. Yay. One of the kids, it's the jokester, and he's always the class clown in his video. And right at the end, he goes and clicks a button. Next thing you know, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. And he just goes, oops, how did that happen? Oh, well, gotcha. And then hangs up. Like that was the end of his video. He just rickrolled. And we had literally 150 of the parents, grandparents, and everybody in the Zoom room. And he rickrolled them all. Everybody, you can see their screens just start laughing. It was perfect. I'm like, the kids still got it these days. I was very proud.
Hell yeah.
Let me see. DJ
So since I made the Rickroll command, like in the channel points, I've not played that song. Like ever. I don't play it in any sets anymore because it's part of that.
Yeah, which I mean does make sense. I mean, wouldn't it be nice though? Occasionally, you get to rickroll us because we always laughed when you rickroll us anyway.
Oh, I can do it. I can do it with the channel points.
Oh, true. You have Infinity, huh?
Yeah. As a broadcaster, I can do whatever I want.
Ooh, right.
But no, I like to leave that. It just came up. It's an excuse not to play that song because no, you need to redeem that song.
Facts. And I know that Vinyl doesn't really know, but I had made this link tree. So the people that we've talked about, Booters and Space, are both in there as well. With I Am Vinyl, if you want to follow all of them. Great team to hang out with. Space doesn't stream as much. He does do pop-ups, but both Booters and Vinyls are regular. I know Vinyl, what is your new schedule going to be like so they know when to catch you? Because I know you're still trying to etch that out with the move.
Yeah. So I've been building cables mostly because my stream setup is like 50 feet away from my computer. So I had to build a long ass patch cable to do everything. And yeah. So then, cords, like, because everything ran in Cat 5 wires or Cat 6 wires, they were getting weird and not holding the connection right. So then I had to go to Ethercon connectors, which are a heavier connector. So those worked great last night. I had no problems with static, but then the mic was cutting out. So I had my mic is taped to this pole or the receiver. I did this drunk last night and taped it up and put it up to the ceiling so that it was just hanging there. So that way there was no interference. So I'm slowly just making modifications to make it so that I can set up fast and tear down fast. Right. And yeah, but eventually I want to have my schedule back to normal.
Which so is the Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sunday? Tuesday,
Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. Right. Yes, I taped it to a pole. It's on a speaker
Not
stand.
His pole.
Pole. It's on a speaker stand. And then taped at the top of it, so I just hoisted it way up. It worked.
I'm
But yeah,
gonna answer 100%'s question real quick. If you have a troll situation and it's another mod, best is always to talk to the streamer and let them know how you're feeling, and they might be able to help you. Or trying to have one of the other mods maybe assist you in a mutual conversation with this person, depending on what they're doing. That's one maybe you can hit me up on the side and I can maybe help walk you through little processes of things that I've helped people with to get through those situations 100%. Okay. Sorry. Back to you, Mr. Vinyl. Oof. Getting that good dance going on. This is also what we can learn from each other. Good dance moves. Oh, yeah. Oh, yep. Dance
I
moves
was
done.
yeah, I was talking. Sorry.
You're good. You
Yeah.
always got the stuff to do.
So
Ready?
so if it's another mod that's being a troll, yeah.
If,
It would depend on the relationship the streamer had with that mod. Like
yep.
maybe the trolling's like joking. You know, like I go in and troll booters half the time. Like just because that's what I do. So
Same with can't see my feet,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Like feet
Just
comes in. There's even a command like exclamation feet just says fuck feet.
yeah. I actually used that once before I actually knew what can't because I saw feet and I'm like, oh, what's this do? And I went feet. He's like, oh, thanks. First time you meet me and you're already saying fuck me. All right. I'm like,
Yep.
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know what it did.
Yep. Yeah, I think the main thing with the vinyl bot and everything, if I can slowly get everything more open source and posted, then I can do change logs and stuff like that to where when we make modifications to the bot and the commands, have the command
Mhm.
list, kind of keep it, and then being able to upload OBS like the build that I use with all the plugins and having it so other people could just snag it and everything's going to work.
Mhm.
That was that's on our Trello board to make a portable OBS that way if I went somewhere I could even pull my OBS direct in to anybody's computer and have everything there, have everything built. Because I'm kind of OCD when it comes to organization, having stuff work.
Yep.
Yeah, and then on the technical side, we've done a lot with like because my in-ear monitors, none of that runs through my DJ. It doesn't run through my DJ mixer. It runs kind of through OBS and a sound card that so I hear like I have audio cues that run on my stream. So like when you guys do exclamation pizza, I get notified of that. And then when like the applause goes off, like I hear all that stuff in. I have the talk back
Mhm.
so I can hear my mic. I can tell how all my levels are, like all in my ears rather than and then like the queuing system, when I'm queuing a song, there's compressors that bring down other volumes and stuff so I can actually hear that over the audio playing. So I'm pretty much free to walk around, do whatever I want. And
Yeah.
I hear everything in my ears and a lot of that stuff that I built, I want to be able to share that to other people to say, yeah, oh, this is way better. Like in the production world, I feel like it's a really good to be able to hear like other stuff and be able to hear your
Mhm.
notifications while you have loud music playing in your ear while you're queuing up songs, like just something to make everything easier for people.
Yeah. And I like that because it also like there's been a few times that me and my Discord buddies like we're hanging out in the Discord since you don't do the virtual audience like every single time. Sometimes we'll be like hanging out and we'll all be listening to you, but still in somebody else's Discord, just chillaxing.
Yeah.
And I'll go, you guys try and throw the pizza at him. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, and every time it's a new group, I'm like, yo, he'll try and duck. See if you can hit him. See if
Yeah.
you can get him. Because you do. You try for that quick second. Once you hear it, half the time, if you're like not in the middle of shit, you try
Yeah.
and avoid the pizza.
Yeah, so that just sets there's just a little alarm that rings in my ear. So as I'm streaming and somebody types pizza, the second they type pizza, it rings an alarm in my ear and then a second later the pizza flies. So it's it's kind of like part of the whole control the basement idea of I want everything interactive. So
Mhm.
it's like I'm the video game. is
Yeah.
the idea.
And
So
until you get back to your 100%, are you still working with people like on contract if they want your help with, say, bots or anything like that? Or
I try not to. So I try not to specifically help people. Like, if you want to pay me to build all your overlays and stuff like that, I've done that for a lot of people. Or like Angel's Stream, like I did everything in hers, and there's a couple other people that I've built everything for. But with Sunday school and stuff, I made that idea on the premise that I want to teach you how to make something and expand on it and make something different, because when I see what other people when I see sparks that other people have, I get excited and then I come up with an idea, or I see something and oh, I can improve on that, or oh, I can help you make that better. Like I'd rather help people and just keep pushing stuff forward than, and because a lot of the things are things I'm working through in my own head, and when I start working with other people on them, I find shortcuts to do it better.
yeah,
So
just like when I brought up the would you rather command, I was just asking it to be like the dad joke where it launched two things in chat and people can say A or B, right? And
yeah,
you're like, no, no, no. If
it
you're
needs to
gonna
be
do this,
yeah, it needs to
you
be
got. I'm
on
like,
it needs to be on stream like an on stream poll widget essentially built into the stream would be a
mm,
better way of doing it. And I could make it and probably export a file that would work to where other people could install that same little thing into like Leorin board or something. I could make a code for it that people could use, but I have so many other things that I'm working on, like MIDI mapping
mhm.
lights and coming up with ways
Yeah.
to, like, the idea of pulling a chat color and setting that to an RGB value, and then setting each RGB value to a different MIDI control, and then setting the coordinate of that light for that MIDI control. So I'm
It's
working
like
on,
asking somebody going for the gold to do something in the bronze.
well, and it's not even that, it's just I don't really have that idea of would you rather was never really on my radar of something to build for my stream.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I could do that in my spare time, but then just getting overwhelmed with a bunch of other things that I'm trying to do, there's just not enough time.
Oh yeah.
So, but
We
if
all
I
need.
teach people how to build stuff, or hey, we're gonna build a chat command that controls a widget that pops up in OBS, like the Tink widget in Angel's Stream that I made, or the workout widget wheel that spins a workout every time she gets so many subs. Like if I show somebody how to build those, they could take that same idea and they could make a would you rather out of it.
Yeah.
And then once they made it, and then the whole joy of sharing things with everybody and teaching other people, it's like, oh, now they made this better version that's a would you rather, but I don't like this aesthetic, so I'm going to take this script and modify it and make it look like this. So if other people learn how to do the stuff,
Yeah.
and then my hope is that in my nature of sharing my ideas with other people and helping other people build stuff, they do the same, and they teach somebody something or share something back. So
Yep. Which is kind of what I'm doing. Like I've learned from so many streamers out there with the like Stream Elements and Nightbot and Streamlabs. Like even though I don't like Streamlabs, I still had to learn it because some streamers like using it. So the different variables and all
just
that
do what
jazz.
I do. Just say when they're on Streamlabs, I'm like, oh, well, see you later. Like,
I tell him, "Can you please swap this over?" Like I looked at Brady when he had the worst thing that I hate. I'm sorry, I love you guys all, but the worst thing I hate is when I get modded to a new stream and they're like, "Hey, can you help me with my commands?" I'm like, "Okay, let me go take a look." And when I do the command in chat, it launches Nightbot, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, WiseBot, like everything. I'm like, what the heck are you doing? Like, why do you need all of these? Like, please, people, research the bot that you want to use and stick to one. And I
Clax,
do
my
prefer,
bot's in your channel now.
right? Oh.
Enjoy it.
Fun. Ooh, Clack's got the bot. Clack's got the bot. I love the vinyl bot. Maybe one day I'll put it over here. We'll see.
Well,
Gotta teach
I can do that right now.
and get that dad joke and let them see what that dad joke does. It's probably still one of my favorites. Dad joke. I think I'm with you on that one. Between that and the shot bot, oof. Oh no. That means these guys are gonna get me drunk because these streams are always either on my day off or right after I got off work. Ooh, welcome in. Ooh, that's gonna be a fun name to say. Backlin Solil. I totally probably messed that up. I am so sorry. And I'm no way in heck. Brooklyn. Okay. Brooklyn. Haha. Love you. Welcome in.
It's Brooklyn with no vowels.
Ah, my brain didn't Brooklyn Soleil. Okay. I got the Soleil part, but that Brooklyn was the part that was like but the L at the end was what was throwing me off. Love it, love it. Welcome in, and thanks for joining us. We were just wrapping up a little bit more of the what can we learn from each other talk. We had Tiki Gone Wild earlier and Vinyl joining us at the end. Just wrapping up and going to raid in a few moments over to Rich Green with the Seattle Sunday Streams 24-hour raid train going on. But we were just having a little chat about the bots and please, you guys, keep just one in your chat. I understand WiseBot if you want to see your stream going up and down and follows and views the whole time. I don't understand it because I don't want to see the number. I avoid it. I put a sticker sometimes over my screen on that spot because I don't want to know how many people are watching me. Because I'd rather talk to you guys like there's a bunch of you or none of you. Either way, it doesn't matter. As long as I'm getting the information back that I've learned from all of these streamers that I've got to work with to help anybody and everybody that needs it. Is what I'm here for. So, did you have any final words that you want to talk about today before we head out?
Nope, I'm good. I'll try to at some point post in Discord when I'll start. Hopefully, I gotta get used to this time change, but once I can get the Sunday streams back to normal and then start doing Sunday school again. I've been so busy with the just trying to get audio issues fixed and get everything working to where there's not a ton of wires and microphones on poles and that kind of stuff. Yeah, once I get everything working again to where I can sit down, and the nice thing about having the old studio was everything was always on. So all I had to do was click go live, or like everything worked. Now everything's like troubleshooting every single stream. So once I get all the bugs out of everything, then I'll probably start doing Sunday school again to where we just build simple things or more complex things, or just dabble in some coding of some sort for OBS. And so once that goes, but I'll post in mine and Booter's Discord when we do that, and then you can probably share it over here. You should figure out those little I don't know how to do them, but there's those announcements where you can join like other servers, and when you post an announcement in one, it tags over to the other.
I know how to do that.
You'll have to send me a message on how that all works.
Yeah.
I'm not really messaged with it.
So it's pretty simple. It's actually, as long as your notification page is set up as an announcement page, anybody can come into yours and go, I want this to announce to my Discord.
Yeah.
And then it auto. As long as the one that they're choosing is a text one. It can't be an announcement page that they're pulling it onto their Discord. It has to be a text one.
Yeah, I think a lot of the for stuff like that, like this show, or like Sunday school type stuff or anything like that, I think if we kind of link everything together to where people know like where to go for ideas and stuff, and just kind of expand the community that way.
Yep.
So
And I would love to have you on if you ever want to do a tech talk with us on one of my mod days, but I know you work during the weekdays, so could always
yeah.
swap it around one of the weeks where we do it on a Sunday because I'm going to be getting into diving into more of like how to start with the basics of commands and stuff and how to
Mhm.
expand your mind from there. Coming up in these following weeks.
All right.
And the redemptions and all of that. I'm doing the basics the next 2 weeks, and then after that, we'll start diving further in. So, if you want to join us on and have a good idea of a good how-to basic for these guys, let me know.
How to
And we can always
basic?
work
I love that guy.
the how-to basics.
Have you ever watched that guy on YouTube?
I have not seen him on
How to
YouTube.
basic? Look up
No,
how to
you have
basic.
to send that. Oh, how to basic. I will look at
So,
that
if somebody in
afterwards.
chat knows how to basic, yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you, 100% Mexican, for joining us. Have a good one, sweetheart. Enjoy your mod duties. And again, if you guys have not followed I Am Vinyl, I did put his information again in chat. Him and his whole crew with the open decks, him, Booters, and DJ Space are amazing. And then on Tiki's side, that FPS Friday and their community, where you can sometimes catch me gaming with them as well. And hear the other side of Cassie and the random commentary that comes out of her mouth when she gets to be unfiltered and you can't see her, but you can hear her. Um, we have fun over there with them, though. It's a great community. Whoever's at the bottom of the board has to take a shot if it's a night off. So join us for some good shots there. And again, you'll always catch me on every single one of Vinyl's streams anytime he's live. So if you follow him, you'll catch me there too. And I'm going to start this raid, and I am so happy that you guys all came for my first affiliate stream. Thank you very much for everybody that subscribed and followed and gave biddies. You guys are fabulous. I love, love, love you all. And I will be on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday every single week. Catch me. My schedule is up on my file, on my About Me page, as well as the schedule of where you'll find me at friend pages. As I said earlier, I do have my Google Calendar linked to my About page so you can see every streamer that I watch and when it's coming up, and it gives you a countdown. So if you ever want to find me, you can find me there. And if you guys want to copy that and raid over with the Crazy Raid, I would love it if you gave support. I'm going to give you a follow at the same time with you guys because this is a brand new friend joining us on the Seattle Sunday stream on this slot right now, which is why I wanted to wait to raid him. And in about 15, we'll raid the next person, but at least give some love to the newbie on the team. Love you guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Say bye, Vinyl.
Bye.
This broadcast, I still have to end. We're still live for right now until I press it inside here on my videos. So thank you for joining.
Yep, you're welcome.
I
I'm
hope
out
you
of here.
have a
Have
Bye.
fun. Bye.